So yesterday, I think I saw Simi crushing on someone right in front of me.
Wait.
I think.
Did you think he was attractive?
He's a handsome guy. He's a he's a former teammate of mine. Like, it's just handsome guy.
Oh wait!
So I saw him. When I saw him, and the other thing is white.
But they'll always be the same. Penny for my thoughts, cause you know I'm trying to change. If I ever took a loss, charge it to the game. When we see
if you're in the UFC, you're on Rogan by proximity.
By proximity, yeah.
Yeah, well, we ain't bitches.
Alright.
Bro, let me make you laugh.
We're meant to start an hour and a half ago. Well, we got here an hour and a half ago. We started an hour later.
Lads, let me make you laugh here.
Alright.
I was asleep and I got woken up at like 6 a.m. Cramp. In both my quads. Bro,
I've never had a cramp here.
Bro, fam.
I've had hamstring cramps.
What were you doing last night?
I went gym.
Hey, I mean, just for clarity.
You know, it's like you know when you're a youth, yeah, and like your parents wake you up with beating, and you just get up.
Yeah.
I was like this.
Yeah, but that used to happen when I played ball, especially my hamstring.
Yeah.
I'll just feel it like tightening up.
Bro,
You have to straighten it.
Guy, I was deep sleep.
Yeah.
No.
The
One
thing
day-
is, you have to stretch.
Yeah, what?
That's exactly what I thought. Because I don't be stretching.
No, boys, I'm close to 30, yeah. I'm close to 30, yeah.
That's my birthday. We'll get into that. Yeah, go
No,
on,
but
sorry.
boys, yeah, like, boys, lower back pain.
Bro,
My
But you've
neck-
been having this lower back thing for a minute, though.
No, it's my fault.
Okay.
Bad form deadlifting. That was like 2 years ago. I haven't
And
deadlifted
you still haven't
since.
recovered?
No, like, what's it called? I've more or less recovered, but it's just, there's just some mornings with a dull ache.
Yeah,
them ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of those injuries, if you don't look after it properly when it happens, it kind of always like lingers.
Yeah,
every now and
I
again,
went to physio and she just goes, just do a few stretches. I said, ma'am, I can't walk. And asked me to do stretches.
I am the expert of getting a second opinion on something.
Yeah, she goes, do the downward dog and all this stuff. I'm like,
Nah, man. Well,
no, do you know what's actually really? I was actually talking to the missus about this. Yeah, it's so crazy that like there isn't a standardized like when it comes to the medical field.
Yeah.
The need for a second opinion is wild to me.
Yeah. Like I would say, you should be able to go to the doctor and trust what they're saying.
Just tell me my back is paining me. Say, hey, do this, take this medicine.
And then, but in saying that, this is not to make it grim, but like Francis Ngannou, his kid, they went to the doctor, and the doctor was like,
and he lost his
everything is
child.
fine. And then same thing occurred this time.
yeah, but you know what it is, yeah.
But he said he trusted the medical expert when they told him.
Crazy.
Yeah, but think about it. There's such a wide spectrum of things that could be wrong.
Yeah.
You no one's gonna know everything.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
it's one of those ones where it's like, obviously it's case by case basis. So it's kind of like just because you have the same symptoms as you, but something completely different could be wrong and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, no, I get it. Even if
I understand, but it's,
even when it's not medical, like say for example when we were traveling and my wife didn't want to trust the kettle because she saw a TikTok of someone boiling their period pad in the kettle, so she didn't want to trust the kettle. Whatever. So she wanted me to call to be like, she wanted me to like, can we get hot water over there at like the bar or whatever. I call the first person. The first person says, yeah, I'm not sure. I call the second person. The second person says, yeah, you can. But so I have to call the third person. So even little things like I don't want to pull up now and be like, yo. Because it could be like I just imagine me being on shift, telling this person what they want to hear. Yeah, bro, you can get hot water here. It's no issue. Like so, I was even little things like that. I always call back. Like if I ask for a service and they say yeah, we provide this service, I'm gonna call again maybe the next day. Hopefully, I talk to someone else.
Someone else on
like,
shift, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we provide. If I get double confirmation, then I'm like, okay, calm. They provide the service.
with that one I hear, because some people like they will say no just because they don't know, not because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. So
It's crazy.
but Tommy, I want to say something. Yeah. Dave does Mr. Low Key. He has 2 posts on Instagram in a month. Who is he sending the back signal to? I was like, I went to check the day of the previous post. I was like, September. I was like, Deji, what are you doing?
What is going on?
Are you outside? Is that what? Are you sending a back signal to?
A little bit. I'm dipping my toe in the water like this.
Maybe it's all these engagements. He said,
You know what? Maybe it's time.
Well, I don't like how you don't caption them though.
You know what it is, yeah? I couldn't think of a caption when I wanted to post it. And if I didn't post it in that moment, I was never going to post. So it's one of those things. People always think I'm trying to do cool boy. Honestly, sometimes I just couldn't think of it.
Because I saw 2 posts in a month. I'm like, nah, this nigga's he's sending a bad signal to somebody. Somebody needs to see that Danger's back outside.
Answer the fucking signal.
Doubles out.
Guys, let me make you laugh. My life isn't real sometimes.
Well, what happens?
So, I'm minding my own business, and this drunk guy comes up to me and like puts his arm around me. He's like, "Do you want to kidnap someone from me?"
What?
I'll pay you extra.
Wait, hold on. What was the best price?
Yeah, sorry.
I was busy, so I didn't have his time to get off me. And funny enough, this guy, I almost fought this guy like 4 years ago.
Did he know that you were the guy that he know for your
I don't think so. Because okay, so what happened is when me and my boy were doing like deliveries like years ago, it's probably even like 5 years ago or whatever. We'd finish our shift. It's like 1 a.m. We're just chatting, just just chopping it up and shit.
Yeah.
And then this guy comes, is like, can you man do me a favor? Like I need to get a lift to like this bar that's like 15 minutes down the road or whatever. My boy was actually going to give him a lift. And he's like, what do you need to go for? The guy said, I need to go pick up some coke.
First of all, let him man.
Accessory to crime. Like, no way.
My boy's a Christian. He's like, I'm not gonna give you a lift to help you go get fucked up. Then the guy just flips. He's like, that's what's wrong with all you blacks. Blah 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 blah.
I was like, oh, now I really want to help you.
You know what I'm saying?
If it's a cokehead, I'll just be like, yeah, this. What else am I expecting from like,
Bro.
fuck this guy doing coke?
But bro, these things just happen.
Due to your past, can you tell us what mindset was he in?
It depends if it was already in the midst of it. If he's already in the midst of it, he just wants to get what he wants to get.
Bro, because it was like 1:30 in the morning as well. We're just chilling. Do you get what I'm saying? And to be honest, he looked like he just had a good night.
And he wanted to continue.
He didn't want it to end.
Did you get what I'm saying? I need a little.
I've seen them. Yeah. And because those were allegedly they were of quick. So
allegedly from experience.
Why is he laughing? This guy laughing.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
Once he crossed that 30 threshold, he's a new man.
Yeah. Change man, be humble.
You know?
That's why I am.
But yeah, bro. Honestly, sometimes shit happens to me, and I'm just like, life just isn't real, bro.
That is actually so funny. That is so funny.
But you know what it's like to be big and black. People every time does this happen to you? Every time you walk in somewhere,
me too.
Relax. No. every time you walk in somewhere, all of a sudden the whites, they're always talking about fighting you for some reason.
Oh, bro. Do you know what it is? I've mastered the art of like just I'll look at you and just look away like and in my mind I'm thinking I'll probably lose because I'm not a fighter like that.
Yeah, but I don't have to be. Thank God we're big, man.
But bro, I will pick you up and whatever you land on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, I can deadlift a good bit. Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask a question there for you guys? Do you guys ever then feel intimidated? Because to a lot of people, you probably come across as the intimidating guys. So when you're in a room, people are probably sizing you up, looking at you. You guys are big. Do you guys ever feel the reverse of that? Like someone walks into a room, you're kind of like,
no, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
If I was your size,
do you know what it is? I feel like because I'm big, I know you know this as well. You know how to move.
I'm not gonna lie. Just because there's been one time a guy was like squaring up to me and he just changed his mind.
Yeah, like no,
not here.
You know, in secondary school, my defense mechanism was my size.
Yeah,
like. And the potential. No one wanted to try it with me because
just a risk.
That's Tommy. He's huge. I'm like, in my mind, you would most likely win. But like, hey, I'll take it.
No, we had a few of those. You had a few of those that just they won. I think kind of like you gave they were like the boogeyman. You don't even know if they can fight, but you don't even want to find out if they can fight because if they can fight with that.
I realized my strength when I was really, really young.
Okay.
I picked up someone and threw them on the floor. And like...
You got scared, were you?
Yeah, I got scared. I was like, whoa.
And you know, did you ever have that feeling when you pick up someone and like they move up a little too easily?
Yeah. But it wasn't a struggle. Like it wasn't... It wasn't hard. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, pick up the bag of rice, pick up this person. Like it was... It was literally like that. I picked up, threw them on the floor.
But do you know how it is to also just be, as a man, to just be manhandled that easy? Like, think about the reverse. If someone can just pick you up that easy, you'd be like, fuck me, I can't do shit.
I felt like it before. There was one time, he used to play rugby. So he knows how to like...
rugby man.
He plays rugby.
He understands leverage, how to move
exactly.
you, how to...
At the age I was, we were about the same size, but he was huge.
Yeah.
Like, so we were in town after church. We came to town and we were going home, and my bus was right there, boys. He goes, "You're not getting on that bus."
Why?
And he held me.
You felt powerless.
He held me, and my bus came. There's loads of people there. Every like 10 people got on. The bus left and he lets me go. That's when I could move. I said, "My God!" I said, "I never want to feel like this again in my life."
I think that a lot of people do. I mean, I felt that once with Dage. Actually, was actually here. They just held me back. Those. And when they held me back, all I could be like, "Yo, this nigga's strong." I was like, "Yo, this nigga's strong." They just held me. I was like, "All right, man."
My one is unfortunately Moyo because he's not big.
Oh wow!
But I was like 10.
Okay,
And
fair
like,
enough.
so I was like 10. Maybe I was like 12 and he's like 14 or something like that. So like his brother pissed me off and I lost it. I was going for his brother, so like held me down. And that was the first time and the only time in my life that someone has held me down.
Yeah,
and
you
I
feel
couldn't
powerless.
move. And I was like, rah. I'm a bitch.
But imagine then you're like a trained MMA guy and then Khabib is just like holding you. And you're like, this, that must be even more mind fucking because you're like, I trained for this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you were saying
I think for me in that situation, what made it worse was I tried to hold him back. He got on the bus. Bro, I tried to hold him. He just like, you know when he just swapping me off. I said, "What is going on, bro?"
Yeah, that feeling of paralysis is why people be like, "Yeah, I need to do some jiu-jitsu or something because I need to understand how to get out of that situation. I don't want to feel that paralysis again."
But recently though, I've been really feeling the push to learn a combat sport.
Yeah,
Same.
I should have done it ages ago.
Question.
Yeah.
You know, obviously that now you're bigger.
Yeah.
But before you weren't the biggest. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were in your relationships and shit like that, you know, girls get cocky. Damn, no, look at me, you're skinny, blah blah. Did you ever notice someone where your girl was like, "Oh shit, you are a lot stronger than me"?
Yeah. No, it's happened. It's happened because when you're play fighting, they think because I was a scrawny little guy.
Because you're letting them win as well.
Yeah. Because you're a scrawny little guy, they can match you. But they realize like I'm like me and you even if we're the same size, you still have that guy strength.
I'm strong.
And then you hold them, and then they start saying like, "It's not even fun playing with you. You wanted to play in the first place because you thought you could hold me down."
Bro, my missus, I always practice my choke.
Yeah, rear naked choke. Yeah, I have a video of that.
She showed it to me every time. I just practice my rear naked choke on her. It's a great
So I
time.
just put the grip. I was like, Simi, doesn't matter how strong you are. It's not
My guy's asserting dominance in his home.
no, because I was like, even if you do it to me, if you just apply it properly, there's nothing I can do. Like,
Yeah,
if it's locked in properly, there's nothing that
You're
anyone.
going to sleep.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. But
That's why I think like fighting, especially jiu-jitsu. Like I think I'm going to learn a standing up combat sport first before jiu-jitsu. And also, I don't want anything to happen to my ear.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you can
the
just buy a cup.
cauliflower ear. Yeah,
Just buy a cup.
Yeah.
But like also like when I have a daughter, I'm putting her in jiu-jitsu as soon as I can.
Immediate.
Yeah.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, because bro, like
I'm with my son in it.
yeah, 100%. Because
I'm doing
it's one of those
everything.
situations like with jiu-jitsu, if you know what you're doing, even if someone's stronger than you, more time you can fuck them up.
Just hold guard. Imagine when I fight someone actually, the first thing they do is go to the ground. I'm like,
I'm walking away.
What's this guy doing? But imagine if he's also a jiu-jitsu practitioner and he says, "Oh wait."
No,
Think about it, we're all teaching our kids to do
This
jiu-jitsu.
is why, as an adult, don't fight.
no, I've been seeing some videos where this guy is firming, and I'm looking at the body language of the other guy. I'm just like, bro, calm down. Please calm down for your life. And no, I saw this video where this guy just a head kick.
Yeah.
Technique perfect.
Oh.
Landed flush.
When
The
you see
guy
a combination.
slept. The guy stiffened up in the middle of the street, just like, and I'm like,
Yeah, like I just
his calmness in this situation told you everything you needed to know.
Yeah.
Don't let your ego let you die.
One thing I've gone better, older, is know when your ego's talking to you. Knowing like,
Yeah.
Jordan, this is your ego. You don't want to listen. You are not about to.
don't lose because your ego fucked you up.
I've seen my friend literally, he stepped back, it was in Portmanic Beach. He stepped back, saw the punch come and missed it. Bam! Guy slept.
I remember that day on Twitter was a fantastic day.
Great day. We're on a tree. Yeah, you know,
Taiwo.
For real?
Yeah, that was.
Does he fight?
He fights now, but in school he was just like naturally physically gifted.
Okay,
He was
okay,
like,
okay,
the way
okay.
he looked now is how he looked when we were 14.
Yeah, but he's an anomaly.
Yeah.
Because
One of
that
those
nigga can backflip and shit.
Remember at the wedding?
Yeah.
Remember at Tosin's wedding, he was doing like a dance off with another girl, and
Yeah.
then he was losing. And then he
Like, you can't be that big and be able to move like that.
Yeah, so he's agile as well. So he does combat sports now, but back then it was just like sunny day, you go to Atlantic Beach, got rowdy, people were fighting because people are drunk, drinking them. Someone came from. He didn't panic. He was like waiting to counterpunch. He literally waited for this guy to swing, ducked it, connect. Guy slept. This guy was snoring. I was like, this is
I think that's the funniest thing. Also,
You're getting REM sleep in the middle of the day.
I'm not even. Are you not scared you might actually like do something and someone? Yeah, but those days you don't think of consequences the way you do now.
Bro, what's called? I saw the other day, like two people, like, you know, on Twitter you see a bunch of fight videos, whatever. Two people were fighting, and then this OG got involved, and he started trying to fight the guy. The guy picked him up, dropped him. The guy went, bah, concrete, slept immediately.
God.
no, do you know what? It's so mad. It's like a shuts down button.
Yeah.
Like when, especially when you see a fight, like the person gets it's like they tap the jaw.
Yeah.
Like power off.
Yeah,
More
like,
fragile.
They said it doesn't. I've heard MMA fighter said it doesn't even hurt. It feels like they just shot for light and you're awake again.
exactly.
So like a kick hurts. You feel pain. Getting knocked out just feels like they switched you off and you turn you back
Do you know
on.
that's so scary?
Your brain is protecting itself.
Yeah.
Your brain is saying like we can't handle this. Turn off.
I've never lost consciousness in my life.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd react to that. Like, I've never involuntarily lost consciousness.
Yeah. Have you not even fainted or anything?
No.
No, I've never. That's
Come
not-
on, I'm a man.
No, I fainted once. Yeah.
Where?
What happened?
Were they praying for you?
I don't know if I want to say it publicly.
Okay,
No, it wasn't anything crazy. I was like on the street, got hit by a car.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I got
I
hit.
hate when niggas say, wasn't anything crazy? Just hit my car.
I was in the country I was born in.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Okay.
we were running down the hill.
Yeah.
They had these really, really steep hills.
Okay.
So me and my boy were running down. The hill ends in a busy like road, like run. This is like 2003. I remember because it was the fresh light of that Merc. Silver. Just no, bro. I just saw the car, woke up. I saw the car, woke up like this. I was like, I
Jesus.
was like, what's going on? And I just stood up and walked away, and I couldn't move this arm.
Oh my God.
That's
Was it
sick.
broken?
Yeah, it was broken. Like, and it was like a clean. It looked like a samurai sword just went like this.
What your man say?
I blamed my bully.
This guy. Poor Greg. I don't know if his name is Greg.
Do you know why? Like, so in the primary school I was in, there was like a few black people,
Yeah.
and this other only black guy bullied only me in school.
Okay.
So I was just like, hey, he tripped me up and I fell.
Oh, okay.
Fact.
That's not here.
The thing is, my mom would have been a smoke. My mom would. Wait, what'd your mom do? Okay, let's not talk.
So we met with the family and he apologized. He goes, oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry.
Because he was bullying you so
Yeah,
much
he
that
was-
you probably believed
He was
that.
bullying me. He was actually, so he accepted it, and then like maybe like a month later with the cast on, I saw him in the toilet. I went to toilet during class,
Yeah.
so did he. And I was shitting myself.
And what happened
He
then?
just goes, hey bro, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. I was like, it's cool, man.
Hey, you gotta.
boy,
But does your mom know the real story now?
No, I don't think so.
Nancy, listen to this.
We'll tag her.
We'll find a way to get it.
No, but yeah,
Listen to this
what's it
episode.
called? Yeah, I guess I solved the problem.
Yeah, I think that's how I broke my brother's arm. We were small. I slide tackled him. We were really small. He was like 4. So like you slide tackle him.
How much older are you?
2 years older. So I'm like 6. He's 4.
6 year old strength versus 4 years, and that's a big difference.
So like I slide tackle him and he just goes and he lands on the arm. And then it broke. We just said he fell off a wall.
Bro, maybe I'm a pussy because I've never broken anything.
Yeah.
I've never broken anything either.
I've broken this arm, and I've broken my right foot. Yeah,
How'd you break your rifle?
but I won't lie to you, I was walking. No, boys, dead ass. I was walking.
This guy.
No, boys. I went to Bray to buy a new cymbal, right? And I was just literally walking down the road, didn't pay attention, missed the path, landed on the side of my foot. I was listening to music loud. I heard pop. I heard it loud. It was like a pop.
Did you fall on the ground and do like that Peter Griffin?
No. No, but I just kept walking because I went to go pick up the symbol, and then I got the train home limping.
Jeez.
Got the train
You just
home.
think, oh,
Yeah.
it's a little
Yeah,
bit pain,
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was like, that'll be fine. Got home, sat in the chair. I was like, yeah, that's really bad.
Okay.
And then after a while, there was no pain. Then I stood up. Literally fell straight down.
Because the pain numbs and stuff, yeah.
But then it was literally, I think it was just 13th of March 2020.
Oh, those were pandemic?
Yeah.
Just the weekend before they would shut the world down.
That weekend,
Yeah.
I broke the phone on Friday. The Saturday lockdown.
Lockdown, yeah.
Wait, did you end up going to the ER?
I had to go to a hospital.
Bro, the ER as well is a bitch.
Yeah, I had to
Oh
go to a
my
hospital.
God.
But I went to the hospital on the Friday evening. Everything was fine.
Yeah, because
You
we
get
didn't
me?
know
I just had my
everything was
mask on. I literally was in and out within 30 minutes.
Okay.
I've never been to the ER and been out in and out in
No,
30 minutes.
bro, like she goes, you broken foot, go get an x-ray, came back, she goes, yeah, it's broke. She showed me the broke, like it was literally a clean snap again. She goes, here's a boot.
You kind of went on, and that's how it resolved itself. Just
Literally,
brute, okay.
she goes put it in a boot for, I think it was 6 weeks and gave me crutches, and that was it.
When was the last time you were in ER for you, not for any other reason?
I was 15. I don't think I ever told this story. I twisted my testicle.
Testicle contortion.
Yeah.
You must have been wanking.
That's embarrassing.
Going at it.
Literally, it was a Friday night, and Morris, shout out Morris, he was in my house, we were banging FIFA. Like 2009, I was 15 years old. We were banging FIFA, and then you went home, I went to sleep. I felt something discomfort, but you know something you feel discomfort, you're like, I'll be grand. In the
Yeah.
Woke up at 3 a.m. in pain, and I was like, vomiting, but dad called up an ambulance or whatever. They came and collected me.
You have a dad that's a doctor.
Yeah.
But I wanna-
Then that's the first thing you do. I showed like my dad. I said, Dad, these things annoy you. And then you have to do that awkward thing where your dad has to see your penis for the first time. Yeah, you know that? Because he has to see what's happening. He's a doctor, so he's not like
so he
he's
knew
a medical expert.
Yeah.
So-
He didn't know what it was.
yeah, he didn't know what it was, but like there was a bit of like swelling. It was a bit of semi lasted me till today. That this happened. So then you go to the hospital. And then they tell my dad to leave the room. They're asking you like questions like, "Are you sexually active?" Blah blah
Yes,
blah.
yes.
Yeah, no, at that stage I wasn't. But it's summer. On the other hand, right? Because I was still in school.
But yeah, 'cause after I was healed though.
So, and then I think that was the last time. That for me, that was the last time I went. And then they always do this thing. They say, if this went on any for 30 minutes longer, we'd have to remove one of your.
Yeah, that's wild. Like,
But so many people go to these things and they say like, oh, if you stayed in, if it was another hour, if you came in another hour later, you could have been. So I don't know if it was like the fact, but so I lived life for a while thinking, what if that affected my ability to conceive? Like obviously at first you're kind of like
Pull out
out
game
get
strong.
Yeah. And then when you're thinking about kids, you're like,
because I've always wondered why you felt that way.
yeah.
So it's obviously connected to that.
Yeah, because obviously I was
Okay,
my
okay.
method of contraception was pulling
Pulling
out.
out, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
after that, they're like, am I good at this or can I just not?
Yeah,
and then I
but
connected
to
it
be
to
honest,
that.
especially if you haven't had a scare, you're just kind of like,
Yeah.
hold on, maybe I'm not good at this.
So but now I can laugh about it. I still have the 2 testicles and I have a kid, so.
Yeah, no, because
My shit works.
So
It's
we're
actually,
good,
that thing
yeah.
is dangerous. Most
Yeah.
people don't know. Like
Yeah.
it happens often.
Often,
enough.
yeah. It happened to another guy. It wouldn't want me to say, but it don't happen to another guy that like I'm really close with.
Yeah,
So,
and people lose a testicle. That's it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But obviously, one testicle can still produce enough sperm
yeah,
to
but
have the kid, but you still.
reduces your chances.
Yeah, reduce your
Yeah,
chances.
yeah.
So they even said they put like things in place for it to never happen again. But I think that was a lot. I don't think I've told that story in the pod.
Yeah, when was the last time you were in a hospital?
I think it was when. So this eye is fucked up. Wait, hold on. This eye is fucked up, right?
He doesn't even know.
So what's called? We're in school. I was in 6th class, and I used to say a ping pong ball. But it's not, you know those like small rubber band balls, like those small bouncy rubber band balls.
Yeah, I know the one. Yeah.
We're playing dodgeball with that stupidly. So like, what's called flinging them, whatever. Next minute, bang, bang, bang. Shit hits me in my eye, and my eye's open as well. So it just goes, and then end up walking home. Had a fucking migraine. Called my mom at work. She came home, and I ended up in the hospital. And it's one of those situations. You know, when you're young, all I remember is because I was just sleeping in the back. All I remember is lights going by. They bought me Maltesers, and then I'm in the ER for ages, and then I had to keep going back and forth. So that's why I'm supposed to use glasses, because this eye is slightly fucked because of that.
Is that probably why you have migraines every now and again? Do you think that's because of the reason? Because every now and again you always say you have like migraines.
Yeah, probably, but I don't know.
What does F mean? Like what's wrong with
what's
it?
called? It's like it's just not as strong as this eye.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just not as strong as this eye, but like technically I'm supposed to use glasses, especially when I drive.
Drive,
Because like this eye now has to overcompensate for this side because of that. And then before that, I spilled hot water on myself. I noticed the scar the other day. Like, because I have a scar because one day my auntie was pissing me off. I was in like second class, and mom was just like, I don't know why she was pissing me off, whatever, but she was like, go make me a hot water bottle. So as soon as the water doing back, she spilled all over me.
That happened to my sister as well, the 15-year-old. She was similar. She was making tea, and then the bottom of the cup came through and spilled all over her. I think it was her leg or her arm. So she has
Let's go. How are you guys? How's
I'm
your
good,
week
man. It was my birthday.
Yeah, I've heard that.
How was Spain?
How was what?
Spain.
Oh, Spain was good. Spain, I talked about it last episode, but yeah, it was good to kind of get away with the family for the first time and kind of see what that dynamic is like being abroad with a baby and a family. And
You're talking. I just literally realized that.
yeah, so I've given that, but I didn't go to Spain for my birthday. Talk
us through your birthday.
Yeah, so first birthday in ages, I was like by myself. No, there was no kid. There was no wife. She went to Janet Jackson in London. My little guy, my little homie was in his grandparents. I woke up that first morning. It felt like this was normal life used to be, but it feels weird now.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Silent. I'm not like, okay, I need to make him a bottle. Do I need to feed him? Does Simi need help with anything? I'm just like, oh.
I'm on
So I got myself McDonald's breakfast, watched some football, went out with more for food with Morris and Chris, then chat to them. Oh, dude, my favorite genre is how men speak for women.
Yeah.
That's how I did for 3 hours. We're speaking about women, how they think. As their husbands and their partners. I enjoyed that for 3 hours. So it was kind of like, it reminded me like, yeah, men also need their community. I know sometimes you start building your life with your family, your partner, you kind of stay there and you don't really see, but sometimes you just need to get out and chat absolute bollocks with the boys. Things you wouldn't do, but you're going to talk about.
I heard, was it like every man needs like 2 nights a week?
Yeah.
With like their boys.
Like 2 nights might be too much a week. I don't need 2 nights a week.
Yeah, I don't think that much.
But like once a week.
Study was done.
Yeah.
Who knows
Like, give me once a month.
Yeah. I have the
every 2 weeks.
Yeah, something like that. You just need time to just sit with the boys and like some of the conversation you're like saying like, we could never have this if our missus were here. Like there's no way we could talk like this. But it was like 31 is not really like a big birthday.
It's not that deep.
But,
What's the next big birthday?
I think 35, 40.
It's probably 40.
It's probably 40. Yeah.
I think once we cross 30, it's decades now.
Yeah. Because like Simi was away and we only went out there yesterday for my birthday. She took me out for food there yesterday, but I was like, well, no, it was cool. It was cool to just have time for yourself and reflect. Because usually you reflect coming up to your birthday, but I was like thinking like, who cares about 31? But on the birthday, I was kind of like, life is what I thought it would be at 31.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram story. I was like, this is cute.
I was like, life is what exactly. I'm a family man. I have a house. I have a wife. I have a good job. I was like, life is exactly what I thought it would be at 30. Like the idea of what you told us our parents.
Yeah.
Like what you should be in your 30s. I know it's not like where everybody is and what everybody wants, but what my parents told me anyways. The idea they painted for me is the life I'm living.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for that.
Yeah, you're reaping the rewards of the subscription that you subscribe to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm curious now, right? So how do I phrase this? I can only ask you because you're in this position and this quote unquote young as well, right?
Yeah.
How do you balance kind of wanting to achieve things versus contentment?
So, did we have this conversation before about contentment?
I think so.
Maybe we did. I don't know because I don't know what I want to achieve. Like I remember when I turned 30, I was like, what is the next thing? Like I've done go to school, get a degree, find a wife, marry her. Like the blueprint that they laid out for us, especially as Africans. Like we know.
Yeah.
I feel like I've done it. So now I have to kind of figure out what is the next achievement for me. Like what?
Kid number 2.
Did you? So we just went back to work this week. I cannot fan of the idea of having another kid right now.
But Loki, seems probably sick of work already.
No, she is.
What are you kidding? Like, get me out of here,
bro! You've given life. You're taking care of this kid. You're watching him grow. It's giving your life meaning, and then you tell me I have to go do kind of yards.
That's another. But to your question is, I don't know what the next achievement is. Like I have to figure that out.
Yeah, because
I don't know what it is.
Because the reason why I'm asking is because like, won't there be a moment of like existential crisis of what is the essence of this? I'm raising a child.
Yeah.
Am I working for this child? What about me? And
that's why midlife crisis happen. Because people get here and the first 2 years, 3 years, they're like, okay, but then your kids get older and they don't need you as much. Like you're not as attentive. Like they do the homework. You leave, like then you start to think is like, who am I outside of this? Like what is it? And And that's something I have to do myself. I have to be like, okay, luckily, like you have the podcast as a distraction, so like, oh, maybe I can achieve something in this realm, and even if you don't, it just be like it's something that you can be like, I can
something you can chase after.
I can chase after, But no, I think, and then she's back to work, so that's another thing of balancing.
I feel like that's how some parents make their children their lives.
Yeah, women especially. Like that's how the first thing you ask them, like, oh, tell me about yourself. So I'm a mom. Okay, but I'm asking.
But being in that situation, it's hard seeing it not be your life because it takes up so much of your life.
Yes,
I obviously now I get it more because I live it every day. Like the minute you're up, even if you're working, you're like, okay, how do I get him dropped off? And the minute you get him dropped off, the minute work is finished, like, okay, I need to go pick him up. What's he gonna eat today? What's he gonna like? I understand it's so
consuming. You consume so much of your mental space.
You consume it so much that I can understand losing yourself in it more than I would have like looking at it from before when I'm joining a new job and someone is saying like, oh, I'm a mom as the first thing you're saying. I'm like, yeah, because that being a mom consumes so much of your life that it would be hard for it not to be a big part of your identity.
She's thinking about being a mom while saying
like, the things like I understand that because you say the same thing in the relationship. Like once you get in a relationship, that I love a relationship and all that, it's like it's intoxicating. Like it's so big part of your life. Like you just want to be there, you want to do that. But the thing is, like, you still exist outside of that, and like. Honestly, low-key, when your kid turns 12, it kind of doesn't want to be around you anymore. Like it just wants friends and stuff like that. So you have to force the issue of
finding your own life.
Me still, regardless, whatever. And like obviously you have the podcast, so it's
for now.
But you have the podcast, so like you still have that. But like once this ends, what do you do?
Yeah, and that's up to me. That's up to me to be like, what is it I'm going to achieve now? I'm in my 30s. I've done the checkbox that they tell us to do. It's up to me now to figure out, or I might be content with this life, or it might be some people are content like, but I'm happy. Sometimes are we just like also creating a narrative that like we have to want more? What if I get here and I'm like, I'm happy being the guy with his family, going on holidays, hanging out with the boys, going to work on the weekends, I go see my parents. What if that's the life I'm living in it? And I'm like, I'm genuinely happy. I don't need to achieve more.
When does ambition become an issue?
My thing about it is that it's not the ambition that's the issue. Like, forget about ambition for a second. Forget about, wanting to become this and making this money, whatever. It's that nothing is permanent. It's all going to change. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're content in this, right? And cool, but you're only stuck in this moment for a short period of time. Once this short period of time ends, you're going to have to start all over again and be content with something else or be unhappy. So it's kind of like, that's why I'm kind of like, it's cool that you're content and you enjoy this, whatever. Like, definitely enjoy every moment of it, take it in and all that kind of shit. But everything eventually does change.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like, do you wait for the change to occur to also, like you're saying, enjoy the moment you're in. And when the change occurs, embrace it as it occurs. Don't necessarily force the issue if the issue isn't like they don't feel the need to be like, I have to be ambitious about something. But sometimes that time will come and you might have to be like, do you know what? My kids are older. This is happening. What is the next thing? I might be like, oh, let me start investing into property. Let me start building a property portfolio. You find that thing, but I feel like at that state also, I'm not at a place where I need to find it or force it now. I could just have a place where I can enjoy it for where it is.
Do you think it's probably wiser? Okay, yes, it's probably wiser to start looking for it now to mitigate,
of course,
the potential of a midlife crisis. Of course,
sorts. Yeah. It's always better to, if you know a problem might occur, it's always better. Like, for example, I know we want another kid. Yeah. So I know eventually Simi's gonna go on maternity leave again. Yeah. So I know eventually there'll be a one-income household. Yeah. So it's better for me to start saving now for something that's probably 2-3 years down the line. Yeah. So like it's always better, but doesn't mean if I don't save now and she does get pregnant, doesn't mean you can't start that. So it is always better to mitigate it. But at where I am right now, I feel like I'll be forcing it. There's nothing that like entices me or like I've not found that thing that like, when we started potting, like you were saying, I'll be on holiday still saying when we pick up one of my end the clips, when we post like there was like a thing about
something
it,
to chase.
But right now I'm just like, I'm 31. This is where I am. My kid's not even 1 year. So
when's the rush? When is he 1?
Yeah, it's 1 next month actually.
Okay.
So,
what the fuck was I about to ask?
That's it. But yeah, that's it. Turn 31. It was cool. It was cool having the day to yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really sorry.
No,
do you know how mad it is that like fella is 31 and goes, all I want for my birthday is did to myself.
I just want McDonald's breakfast and peace.
I remember Temi Alchemy said his wife booked a spot and she went for herself and he didn't get it. But like, then after a while, he was like, I get it now.
No, because you know what? Because
get it
I
now.
asked him, because I'm not going to lie, he looked like he was having a whale of a time.
Yeah.
I was.
And I asked him, like, do you feel guilty having such a good time because you're alone?
Ooh, that's a good question.
No, because when I am at home and my kids around, I'm very active. I'm in dad
Yeah,
mode.
you're still having a good time.
Yeah,
It's just different, I
and
guess.
yeah, because I don't feel guilty because I've embraced the dad role. It's not like when I'm always chilling at home.
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
looking after my mind. So when I do get a break, I feel like
I've earned this shit.
yeah, it's not like I'm a bum dad
Yeah,
that does
yeah.
nothing. I don't go to work. I don't help mind my kid. I don't look after him. Like he's like I'm his best friend. His mom will tell you he loves me. so I do feel like I participate and I'm active when they're around.
Yeah.
So when they're not around and I can sit back, I don't feel guilty because I'm like it's coming back.
Yeah.
They are coming back and I have to be active.
What's
again.
cool? I saw Deloitte are they're increasing men's maternity leave to the same amount as women's.
Are they?
Yeah.
Paid.
Yeah.
They're fake scientists.
What's good?
Do you think that's necessary?
Yes.
Yeah.
For a man to have the same amount
Not
of
the
time off?
same, but it should be like they should have like
Give me at
6
least
months.
2-3 months.
Yeah,
Okay,
at least
okay.
3 months. Because those, I've said it so many times, those first, for me anyway, people adapt quicker, but for me, those first 3 months were tough.
Yeah.
Especially then having to go to work. Maybe because it was also a new job, so you want to like
Yeah,
be
there's a-
buttoned up.
yeah.
So, but those first 3 months were mentally and emotionally
Because it used to be a week, bro. Your kid hasn't even opened his eyes yet.
No. I heard the what's it for in 6 months?
6 months unpaid, and you can do up to a year because you can do 3 months, 6 months paid, 3 months unpaid, but then you can do like
Another 3
paternity
months.
leave. Yeah, you can do
Yeah,
another 3 months.
but that's what I was like. I don't think a guy needs the same amount of time.
not
But
the
3
same.
monks makes sense.
3 months makes sense. I would have.
So from when she gives birth, I'm off for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people do that. Some companies they give you parental and paternal for men, but it's unpaid. Someone needs to bring back. Like,
Yeah,
needs to
someone's gonna
earn
make this
money.
bread.
Yeah, like, so you can.
Obviously, you man know I've been working on myself. I've got some.
That's why I was doing tank top on podcast. That fucking whore.
No, actually, I was supposed to wear my jacket, but then we started recording this. So, but look, let's get into the intro. I got some shit. I got some real shit to speak about.
Okay. Intro then quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how you do.
Anyways,
We haven't done. When was the last time we had a guest?
If you're the first, well, Ron. doesn't count.
Ron,
doesn't
you didn't
count.
do a quiz though.
Ron doesn't
Yeah,
count.
but
That's because we don't count him
We
as a
don't
guest.
book Ron.
Ron, they're
Like,
calling
we had to book you.
Ron, they're calling you furniture.
No, because what's good? You
We
know
have to
how
be like, Tommy, are you free?
this is how Ron was on the last pod. I might grab a mic today. The convo's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. We have other guest jobs, but anyways, we're here. We are charged.
Bang bang.
This is the podcast with the highest level of analysis the culture needs. I'm Daddy J, but you man can call me Jordan, and I'm here with.
You know it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Dish, nigga with the Midas touch.
Come on, who we got here today?
My name is King Grooves.
Come
What's
on.
story, boys?
I thought it was gonna flop for a second.
Nah, no way. I've been doing this for too long.
If you're listening to Charger, if you're new, if you're listening to because you have one of the members of Where's Your Head at today, we do a quiz. The Charger quiz. 5 questions, 10 questions total. 5 from me, 5 from Didge.
Okay.
You have 2 lifelines. Ask Didge and ask Jordan.
That's terrible, boys. You should add one more. Like
We're not gonna add one more.
Nah, fuck that.
We're not gonna add one more.
let's
We only
go.
do favoritism for specific.
You right?
So
You can choose who you want to
you
go
can
first.
choose who you want to go first. 5 questions each.
Go for it.
I'll go first. Okay. The Chamber of Secret and The Prisoner of Azkaban are movies from which franchise?
Harry Potter.
So easy.
Yeah, no, I just had to warm it up.
Prisoner of basketball.
WWE founder Vincent Kennedy McMahon has 2 kids. What are their names?
I don't know their names.
Do you want to ask Dave or want to keep going? No, you can't answer. You didn't say.
No,
wait, wait, wait.
I know.
You didn't say use the.
One. I won't lie to you. I'm not a big fan of. It's fine.
Oh no, I know
You
one.
wanna- you don't wanna use- you
I
don't
know
wanna use
one. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the girl's name.
It's up to him if he wants to use the lifeline. There's 3 more questions.
No, I'm not using it. I don't
Okay,
know.
it's Shane
Shane
and
McMahon
Stephanie.
and Stephanie. That's her name.
In the 2024 Paris Olympics,
Oh, good.
I heard you talk about the Olympics on your pod.
Yeah.
So you're kind of paying attention.
Kinda.
Yeah. Ironman Duplantis broke the world record for which event?
Iron Man.
Swedish guy. He broke the world record for which event?
Don't look at me. Don't even look at me.
Long jump. No. Pole jump. The pole vault. Yeah.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, long jump because long jump is different. Than
Yeah.
Manny the Barber has 4 shops in 4 different towns.
Yeah.
Can you name these 4 towns?
I actually saw him yesterday. Actually,
There's Navan.
Yeah.
Barbriggan. No?
Nah.
Don't know.
It's Navan, Dundalk, Drogheda, and Newry.
Newry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a new shop in Newry.
That's crazy.
Hey,
bro.
shout out money, man.
Hey.
What is the state capital of California?
Florida.
No, Sacramento.
Sacramento.
So we got 2 questions.
I'm doing
You
terrible.
should have used me for the
So you
WWE
got
question.
Prisoner of Azkaban and 2 out of 5.
All right, what's called?
He said
What-
his questions were hard.
What was the world called before the continent split?
I know this.
Pangea.
Bang, straight. How many time zones are there in Russia?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, it's like I heard it was like 20 or something. This guy's good.
He's staring at you. He's staring at you.
I'll do. Let's do like 20.
Wrong, 11.
Damn.
11?
Yeah.
In Russia? Jesus.
Yeah. Name Pixar's first feature-length movie. It's a movie we all know, by the way.
I think I know, actually. If you don't know, I think
Pixar's first. I feel like I know what it is. Let's go for it.
I don't know it, but I think I know it. So if you feel like whatever you're thinking is probably what I'm thinking.
Okay, good. Go for it.
Toy Story.
Is that you can take that answer?
I don't think it's that. Toy Story.
Yes.
No, I don't think it's that.
No, do you know why? Do you know why? I thought about it. I was just like, it's actually been out for a really long time. So,
Came out in 95.
yeah.
What are the last names of the warring families in Romeo and Juliet?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do you know what? I don't actually know the Romeo and Juliet
I
story.
know it.
I actually don't know the story. I don't know it.
Okay, what's it called? It's the Montagues and the Capulets.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
Did you not do the introducer?
Nope.
What did you introduce her?
Can't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't Romeo and Juliet.
It was so long ago.
Yeah, for you.
Last question. What product was made for surfers in Australia but eventually blew up as a celebrity fashion staple in the early 2000s?
Speedos.
Final answer?
Yes.
Wrong. Uggs.
Uggs.
What?
Questions were hard this week, I'm not gonna lie. And
got 2 there,
1, 2. Yeah, you got 2 out of 5. So you got 4.
I got 4
Thank
out of
God,
10.
I don't have to update this
Oh,
fucking thing.
are we keeping the same leaderboard?
Yeah.
4 out of 10. Wow.
How's it going, Tommy? Anyways, how are you?
Good. I'm just chilling, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the weekend.
What did I do? I went to Belfast.
Was that worth the trek?
The food was that good, yeah.
Okay.
Popeyes was good.
It's really good.
I had Popeyes before and it was us.
I had Popeyes. I didn't really like it either.
Where?
In the States.
I had it in Turkey.
Oh no, I had it in America.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was really good. It's like, it's basically like KFC.
Yeah.
It's chicken and chips.
Yeah, but like elevated.
Yeah.
But it's good. Like, yeah.
All right, so I'm ISO for a second, yeah.
Okay.
So I've got a question for you guys.
We're
And
gonna walk for a second.
ISO. Isolate.
Isolate.
okay,
Top.
What's called? So, right. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I've been doing a lot of self-reflection and shit like that, yeah.
Working on yourself,
And
I hear
yeah. Look,
Growing.
it's been a long time, so now I'm coming with the fruits of my labor, innit?
Come on.
I want to know, what kind of work do you guys value? And I'm gonna say what is mine so I can get to you guys' point, yeah? So I realized recently I only value hard work. And when I say hard work, I'm talking about actual, like, there has to be a struggle, and I don't know why. Like, everything that has come to me, like, in my life, I usually rarely have to get out of, like, 2nd or 3rd gear. And these things come to me easily, but I've realized I don't value it because it comes to me easily. Like, the podcast, yeah, I was on radio for a while, right? Some people look at it from the outside like, oh, that's great, Dij. And I know some people are like, yeah, you know what, I was sending emails, I was doing this, like, they worked hard to get there. I made one phone call to somebody I know. I was like, you do this, can I come see it? And he's like, oh yeah, come join with me, stay on the show. That happened. What's called college, for the most part, I didn't get out of 2nd gear. Like, my final year, one exam I didn't even study and I passed. Did you get what I'm saying? So, like, I almost don't value my degree either. But for other people, it's like, you have it. But for me, I almost look at it like, it just kind of came to me. Low key, my car as well. Like, there's very few. Like, I feel like a lot of these things fall in my lap, and I think it makes it look like I'm ungrateful. And I don't know why I don't value it unless I feel like I have to struggle for it. But I almost don't like things that I like really want and I struggle for. I almost don't get. But I get a lot of things that I just kind of feel like they fall in my lap, and I know at the end of the day, if you have it, you have it, regardless of whatever. Yeah. So now my question to you guys is, what kind of work do you value?
What is one thing that you've actually achieved through struggle that you appreciate?
It's a good question.
I wasn't expecting that straight away.
I was gonna make
Because
jokes.
if you don't have anything that you've worked hard for, that you value
as a reference point.
Then I don't know if I can trust.
Okay, I don't have a thing like that, right? And I think that's why, because like I look at things that I've achieved in my life and I don't really rate it too tough. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but like, okay, so obviously when I was in the 9 to 5, I'm making a lot more money, but I almost feel like I go and I play with a computer. So cool, the money's great and it's whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? But then I find myself when I'm out of a job and like maybe I have to start going doing deliveries and shit like that, and I'm working hours and it's like it's hard work, I'm tired. I almost value that money more than the money which is more from the 9 to 5.
Are you one of those guys that's like you like the thrill of the chase?
You know what?
Fair enough.
There's an element of there's a physical component to what you described there that I think is the difference.
Yeah.
In my thought process, right? So, going to work for a good job, typing on a computer, doing deliveries. I'm physically driving. I'm physically walking.
I'm physically exhausted. Yeah.
So I think what you might need to actually do is increase your physical activity to make your mind be happy with what you've achieved. Do you get me? So I've heard like kind of this Joe Rogan idea of like I wake up in the morning and I do hard shit.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the day is like I've given myself permission to chill now.
I hear that, but even when I've done that, where there was a point where I had my PT or whatever, and I'd wake up 7 a.m, bang gym for 2 hours, come back, do work. I still, the work didn't feel. It's not about the physical labor. I think it's about like let's say if I'm doing the deliveries and I'm doing the side hustle, yeah, like I'm hustling, I'm grinding. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you can feel it's not physical. You can feel the like, this is tough. Do you get what I'm saying? Like even when like I'd be working my 9 to 5 and then the weekend as well, I'll be working again. It's like, okay, that grind is grinding. Like you're actually putting in effort. You had to work for this. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. As opposed to you make like, okay, who's the main character? Yeah. Like the promo came up not too long ago on my phone as a because it happened on the 1st of October, like 2 years ago. And I used to walk past Sugar Club every day. And like I used to, this is Sugar Club. You look at all the things, whatever. Yeah. And not that I particularly cared about all the people I said, oh my God, I want to perform there one day. It wasn't like that. But having Black and Irish Presents, who's the main character, and we have the poster, and we do everything. Because the people that were behind it, I've been knowing you guys. Yo, Dave, you want to do this? Even hosting. People look at us like, oh, you're hosting, blah, blah. My first hosting gig, Ron and Beckley were like, we're hosting an open mic. I was like, yo, let me host that.
All right, cool.
Like, where some people, they're sending email, oh, can I have this opportunity? Can I do this? Can I do this? And it almost feels like I'd value their story more than a...
Oh, yeah.
Yo.
So you want it to be a journey, whereas you feel like you've not really had a journey. Like, an example in education, for me, it's like, in comparison to where it came easy, I don't feel like it came easy.
Yes.
I felt like, okay, you did the Leaving Cert, you're doing the Leaving Cert again. Okay, now go do the PLC because you still didn't get into college. You did the PLC, then you're into college and you're repeating years and you're repeating exams in the summer. So during the summer you're studying again and you get there eventually. So I value that degree because I'm like, I know what it took for me to get this degree and I know how much I worked. Whereas in your instance, it's kind of like
I barely got it.
I showed up and I got it. So
I think your perspective on this thing has to change. I think it's actually a litmus test for you.
No, yeah,
you're not doing things that you consider hard. You're not working. You're not doing hard enough things. That's what that means.
But the question is like whether like because I used to say like if I see a kid, right, let's say there's 2 kids and one of them is just a maths genius and they always come home with like, even if they don't try, they're coming home with 70-80%, right? And then there's one of them that like struggled, but like he studied, did all this, and let's say he comes out with like a 50%. It's almost like I'd value the 50% more than the 80%.
Yeah.
But why are you
you're like romanticizing struggle?
Yeah, and I don't know why I do that.
Yeah, he's right. You need to that is your mentality shift because God willing, one day you have kids, whatever. That can't be also be like, no, but did you struggle to get this?
Because like it made me realize like I seem very ungrateful for a lot of like I'm not gonna lie. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Shit just be falling in my lap and it be working.
And long may it continue.
Amen. But now I ask you guys, what kind of work do you guys value, or what kind of work fulfills you?
Work. You want to go?
Go.
The work where there is any type of reward in the end that I value. So regardless if it came for me easy or if I would like work towards something, even if it was easy. Like say for example, I went to the gym. It wasn't like particularly hard in the gym, but when I saw the result, I was like, that's worth it. So, or the podcast. You come up, you repeat, and you talk whatever, and then you see like, oh shit, here's an award. It wasn't like we could say like it was a hard end, it was maybe tiring or repetitive, but it wasn't particularly difficult.
Yeah.
But when you see the rewards, I'm like, oh, I put in work, I got something out of it. So I just value, like, I don't want to work towards something where then there is no like end goal or there's no reward. Like, what's then where am I working? Whether it's hard or easy or takes long or it didn't take that long, or even if I'm at work and I do my day's work in an hour, whatever. I still feel like it was easy, but I did it, and the reward is I get to leave early. So that's the type of work I value. I don't like to put work towards something and then there was like, oh, there was no reward for that. Even if it's easy work, even if I feel like I didn't really do much, but then I'm like, why did I do it? I could have used that same energy and effort towards something else. I think that's the kind of work I value. I don't need it to be a struggle, but I wouldn't like it to be preferably. I wouldn't like to be a struggle. I would like the journey of like I kind of showed up and bang 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 for the most part, because I also see, like, you've heard my story about like conceiving. Also, I would have just be like, get married a year later, she's pregnant, here's your kid, then you move on. But that's never been my journey. My story's always been like this. Always like something's happening. So whenever I see the result, at the end of the day, I have my kid.
That's what it matters.
That's the result of the work. So I think that's kind of what I like.
I think for me, the work I value is the work that I don't feel like I'm working.
That's the work you need to value.
I hear it. So do I.
Because as you were saying it, like, I'm just thinking about the things that I guess I've done that I'm proud of, and every time I've done them, I don't feel like I've done anything. Do you get me?
Yeah,
so obviously with Super CD we did that for, I don't know, for 3-4 years. That was a lot of work, like rehearsal, studio, None of it didn't feel like work, but but looking at it from the outside, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
We did a lot of gigs, and then playing for other people. Look, bro, we're doing a 45-minute set. That's like 20 hours worth of rehearsals. Yeah. That's not easy.
Doing what you love doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it. But even taking it to like things like the podcast, like all the prep that has to go into a live show.
Yeah.
And then everyone's going on. We're still logging stuff back to the studio and all this stuff. It was like, this is hard, but okay, can we go again tomorrow? Like,
do you get me? Do this again tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the kind of work I value. But then I also enjoy struggle when it comes to physical things.
Yeah.
So like the gym, for example,
real
like
men.
like going in the gym and like this weight is literally damn near about to kill me.
Okay.
Let me do it again.
That's why your back is broken.
Yeah, but obviously there's certain things I'm careful now. This week I couldn't go. I only went gym twice. I was doing pull-ups and I pulled my neck. I don't know how the hell that.
To be honest, the fact that you can do pull-ups is a blessing.
No, I assisted.
I'll give you something. I'll take something.
No, because it's tough. No, it's tough. Yeah, but like I think it depends on what it is. If it's like certain things fulfill me, and if it doesn't feel like I'm working, I value that. But then if it's like physical, like you like this has to hurt me the next day after I buy support, then I feel like okay, I've ripped the muscle. Which is what I was supposed to do. Yeah. Did you get me? Yeah.
We do something right.
No,
exactly.
I get you. But yeah, I think that's the overall point is maybe not don't romanticize struggle as much. And because even if I guess people are different. Even if you're just getting things fall into your lap, the fact that you're getting to do the things you actually want to do, that's enough. Like you wanted to do the radio. You wanted to host and you did it. Doesn't matter how you did it, you did it. That should be cool.
Speaking to you, man, now, I feel like I understand why. Like, I think because growing up, I saw a lot of struggle, and it's like
became your baseline.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because watching my mom work, is like she, bruv, is 2-3 jobs, going crazy, doing this, doing that. Finally, gets her shop, bro. Sometimes she's coming home at 1 a.m. because it's like, someone walks in at the end of the day, it's like, I want braids, I'll slap 100 quid on that.
That's 100
we work.
Even Manny does after hours.
I listened to Manny the other day. It's my day off, but this guy called. And he's a VIP client.
That makes sense.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's why I probably look at it and be like, okay, that is what it's supposed to be. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then on the flip side of it as well is that, you know, when you've been told that you've got potential your whole life, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's like, I've done this thing, yeah, I have the degree, but I think it's the what if that kills you. It's like, what if you actually got off your ass for a second and did it? Like, and actually struggled and put in that work. What would you have done in that instance?
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, cool, you did it, but you did it at a level of 4.
Yeah, I get.
You could have done it at a level of 10 or 9.
Yeah, I think the perspective shift can also mean that you can manufacture struggle and achieve things.
What do you mean by that?
Like create barriers to things. Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not going to watch TV until I've done X, Y, Z.
Fuck that, I don't get it.
But no,
Them
but
shit
like,
what-
that's an example.
Yeah,
Do you get me? Hold yourself to a standard whereby like I'm going to make. Do you get me? Because I feel like the love of struggle is actually can be a gift in a sense.
Oh yeah, you need struggle in life.
He's so comfortable that he's like, I have to make myself do hardship.
Yeah,
because
like-
I grew up. To your point, he grew up with a single mom,
Mm-hmm.
seeing her work like this. So it makes sense to say it's conditioned for you to perceive work or hard work a certain way. Whereas for me, it makes sense to perceive persistence until you get to your goal, because that's what I saw.
Yeah.
I saw my dad come here, do the doctor thing again, and he just persisted, and he still got to the end result.
Yeah.
So because that's what I saw, I feel like, it doesn't matter if you work hard or don't work hard, as long as you persist and get to the goal. That's so I get it now. And to his point, like Rogan is the same. Rogan's like, I make myself do hard shit because I grew up in struggle. I grew up with a single mom. We had to move around. My dad wasn't around, and now my life is so comfortable. I don't want to be soft because I wasn't built soft.
But some people don't even know that they're not hitting level 2.
Yeah.
At least you have an awareness of that.
And the reason why I have an awareness of that is because I've constantly been told.
Potential.
Yeah,
I've been told that.
What's called one of my lecturers. He loved me, but he hated me because I won't show up to lectures for a week. But as soon as I come in, it's like, I see what you man are doing here, and I get it, and I'm like, that's the answer. And he's like, why? Like, there's people here that are struggling, and you don't show up for a week. You come in, and you know what the fuck is going on.
I had a friend like Joaquin McMara. I'll never forget him. So brilliant, so good. You just never see it through. He just did not. He lacked, maybe not like maybe different to you, but he lacked the focus. But he would come to class after 3 weeks, and he'd sit with me, and he's explaining to me what this guy is saying. I was like, you haven't been here in 3 weeks. How do you know this? And he just dropped out. He never continue.
Shit, I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
Yeah, well, you were
Do you know what? I think I might not tell my children they have potential.
Why?
Because because I think it's like almost a catalyst to brilliant people's demise in a sense. Like, you have potential. It's like, okay, I guess not that I have potential. I guess I will, lean on this potential. No, my G.
They think it's there so they can tap into it.
Yeah,
whenever.
yeah.
But then
like,
sometimes you never end up tapping into it because you're like, it's there.
You don't
I can tap into it whenever I need to tap into it.
That's why I've asked a million times. When does potential become unfulfilled?
Yeah.
You don't have potential. Work hard. Dead ass. I think that will do better for people than you have potential.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I can see your angle. I can see the angle.
You get me? Okay. Okay, you have potential. Doesn't matter. Work hard. Do you get me? Like, do the thing.
Because even, like, I watch sports. You hear a lot of young people that tell them, you have potential, and they never really realize it because they think at any stage they can turn that on. Obviously, sports is different, but then, like, you have a window as well to, like, fulfill your potential or the window's gone. But in life, I don't know when potential then becomes unfulfilled. But,
I remember what I was going to say. Because, like, the past like 2 years have been weird, yeah? And I think the reason why... I don't want to say I was depressed, but probably low-key, yeah. I think because I was doing my 9 to 5, but outside of that, I was almost doing nothing else. So I go with my 9 to 5, come home, do nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? Now that I don't have that luxury, and it's like, I've got to move and shake to make sure some of these bills are getting paid. Like, I could sit back and be like, I'll just live off my savings and just let it go that way. But now that I'm kind of like, I'm back, I'm like, I'm back. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like life's got a little bit more color now.
Okay.
Things are going. Obviously, you're not making the bags.
Yeah, but
things are going, and I think it's because
2 posts in 1 month.
we back, baby. But I think it's just one of them situations. That's why I think I've decided I'm getting out this 9 to 5 shit. I don't know how yet. But I'm getting out.
Yeah, because
we
you sent me
talking about it before,
you sent me a TikTok there. But I wanted to speaking of like you made a point that we're having that conversation about some people like to see like you'd rather see someone actually struggle to get a 50% and someone breeze through it and get 100%, for example. And I want to bring this up in that way because you see like Wizkid and Davido. Yeah, I've seen them having a back to forth. I don't really know what the back to forth is really about. I didn't really dive into it. Do you know?
No.
I low-key think it's just because they've been pit against each other for ages. And I feel like Wizkid doesn't rate Davido because you're a rich kid that came from a rich house.
Boom, that's what I wanted to ask. That's kind of what the analogy I wanted to use. I was like, is it that thing that because they see him, like you started the 100-meter race at 60 meters and you had to run 40, whereas I had to even qualify for the race, then run the race, and then do you think there's an element of like resentment sometimes toward Davido that
100%.
he got it easy?
And also because I think out of the three, Davido he might be the biggest, but I also think he's the least talented.
Yes.
And it's kind of like I'm more talented than you. You just have a rich daddy that he may not have backed you, but you got in certain rooms because you know certain people.
Yeah, like, look, he may not have backed you, but he gave you pocket money that allowed you to maybe buy your laptop and your equipment.
Bro, you know the ones, you're running away from uni.
Yeah, I needed to beg. So you're running away from uni in America.
Okay. That is, I hear the point and I hear the resentment, but isn't it also... It's like, from Davido's standpoint, he could just say, yeah, but there's a lot of rich daddies that project their kids' passion projects, and none of them reach. Like he is, you can argue one of the like the greatest or one of the greatest. So like to reach that level still, it requires like, how many rich people are there backing the kids' passion project? Will Smith's kid Jaden? How many? But he's not a great musician, but he has Will Smith backing him. Yeah. So I can also see his angles like if it was this easy, they would have more Davidos. But we have me.
I think. Like, objectively speaking, like, you can't take away what he's achieved. You can't take away what he's done. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Whether his dad was involved or not, too.
You have to go do that shit.
If was a great song. Do you get me? Like, Davido was a great song. Like,
to this day.
like, so you can't take it away from him. But like I think the people that hate him for achieving what he's achieved because of his background, it's kind of like, bro, like, look, focus on your life. Bro.
Yeah. No, I get the resentment. I get if I'm a Wizkid or a Burner, and I understand how hard it was for me to work. And I feel like I'm more talented than this guy.
Yeah.
And then to see the guy be as successful, I get where you can just chalk it up to, yeah, well, your dad's rich. But to his point, I can just be like, how many people have rich dads that, like David Beckham, funds all his kids' passion projects. And none of them have achieved like greatness.
Yeah.
And whereas Davido, he's not just a small boy. This guy has he's doing great things. And to achieve great things, no matter how obviously the funding helps. But you have to have something about you. And you have to have something
even me saying he's the least talented of the three.
Yeah.
That's like saying a Prem baller can't ball.
Yeah.
If he comes to play with us, even washed and retired, he's balling up more than us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's still 1%. Do you get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, whether your dad is backing you or not, he's gone to the point where Puma's not calling him because of his dad.
Yeah.
Like
he's made his own name.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? We're not listening to him because of his dad. Do you get what I'm saying? Like we're listening to him because regardless, cool, you might have had some money to push it or back it or whatever. Whether or not you didn't, you still had to go in there and make that banger.
Yeah, we don't call him like David Adeleke.
Yeah,
we call him Davido.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you get me? We don't attach him to the surname of his father. We don't do that.
And when you guys see this beef thing, do you know how when the Drake and Kendrick thing happened, like, this is good for hip hop, more eyes on hip hop, but we see it like in Afrobeats. Do we think like, oh, this is good for Afrobeat, or do we want them to kind of be like more aligned?
I don't think the beef actually happens as much between the three. It's more so their fans.
Their fans,
yeah. And
it's more so their fans.
You know, people are like people that love Wizkid die, and also people that love Davido die.
Exactly.
So it's one of them ones that stands, and I think that has probably what even sparked it even more.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
And I think they appeal to two different types of people. So like, Davido is like man of the people.
Yeah,
he's that kind of character.
I thought you were going to say Wizkid is a man of the people.
No. Davido is like man of the people vibes, and Wizkid is just like
artiste.
No, not even artist. Is like there's a nuance to his difference, to their differences. Like, and Wizkid is just like he's one of us that became big. Did you get me?
Yeah.
There's a difference there because Davido was never a man of the people. He was born rich.
Yeah.
But like he has that kind of moniker attached to
Yes,
him.
I get what you're
Do
saying.
you get me?
Yeah,
He does things for the actual, like the whole birthday thing. How many millions and just give it away.
Yeah.
Do you get me? That brings you closer to the people.
And then even his wedding, the way his wedding was like on social media,
Exactly.
like, it was something that felt like, oh, Davido's getting married.
He
and
seems
everything.
more personable.
I get what you're
But
saying.
do you think that comes from? I don't want to say insecurity because it comes with a negative connotation. But you know how we talk about Drake, like he wants that validation from.
Yeah.
Do you think
Could be.
Do you think that's why Davido has to go extra? Because it's like, I already know you might see me as this rich spoiled kid that thinks he's better than everybody. So let me show you that I love you guys.
And then Wizkid is saying, "You're not like
Wizkid
us."
is like, just so you know,
Yeah.
I made the national anthem. I came like even what's called the picture where it's like where it was like, oh, why is your dad in the hood? It's like you see that Jeep in the background. He's come to give back. Like, do you get what I mean? And it's kind of like I have nothing to prove to you, man. I've done it. I'm Big Wiz.
No, I get it. But obviously, I didn't even read into it or look into it. But I was like, when you said that, I was like, oh, maybe that's an angle that maybe that's how they see it. Because like, to your point, like Drake as well. You grew up as a suburban kid in Toronto with a white mom.
And you were on TV.
And you're on TV,
yeah.
but like
In your teenage years, bro, you were rich.
yeah, but again, I know he didn't have funded. He still had to do what he had to do. So we can't really.
You can't take it away from him.
Yeah, you can't really take it away
Like-
from it. Downplay.
Yeah, like you can't because he's achieved what he's achieved.
Yeah.
Like you don't be in the top 10 for how long Drake has by accident.
Yeah. And same with Davido, you don't be in like if you you could have an if or a fall. But you kept
Bangers
going, you
after
kept
bangers,
going.
yeah.
Even unavailable was what, last year?
Yeah,
And that was
a few years ago, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you're still from like 20 years, 15, 20 years, you're giving hate from here to there. So
Yeah.
they can't kind of
And like I don't say I'm not a Davido fan. I don't actively go listen to his music.
Yeah.
But if he plays, I know every fucking lyric.
Yeah, he's one of those.
You know what I mean?
It's like when it comes on, you're like, oh, I know this song.
I know this one too. And I know this one too.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
speaking about music, right? I saw a TikTok. If you had to put on if you had to do a 30-minute Michael Jackson set and you have 5 songs that you can pick from, a five song lineup, what songs do you pick? And what order?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
I don't even know Michael. I know the bait ones.
It's up to you. It's your 5.
Obviously, Billie Jean. Beat it, because Pile. I have to do that one. Man in the Mirror. Oh. What else am I looking for? Will I do black and white? Can I do?
You can do whatever you want.
Can
you
I
could
do
do
Jackson
Jackson 5.
Woo!
Anything.
Beat It. Man in the Mirror. Billie Jean.
Tough. I'm looking at his songs. That's tough.
Black and white. You gonna do black and white? No, we're just maybe black and white. And my 5th one would be what's that famous Jackson one? Don't that Romeo? Oh, Romeo. Yeah, that one.
I want you back.
That one. I don't know what it's called, but those would be my 5.
Yeah.
Nah, these man's trying to say Chris Brown above MJ, you know. I'll never forget.
Honestly, I'm starting with "Wanna Be Starting Something." You wanna be starting something. You got to be starting something. We're going Smooth Criminal.
Oh, I forgot.
We're going Smooth Criminal. We're going Who's Loving You?
Okay.
Because I need a little bit of Lover Boy shit in there.
Of course.
We're going Billie Jean, and then we're ending on Remember the Time.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna go different. Okay, I'm gonna start with Human Nature.
Fair. It's a strong start.
Yeah, Human Nature. Then we're gonna go into Rock With You.
What? Man, they don't make music like that no more, man.
Right?
That's what you saw.
Liberian Girl.
Okay, yeah, I hear that.
That's kind of my.
That's a personal. That's a personal thing.
No, it's like a love.
I forgot Dirty Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Oh! See, that's the thing. When you think at the top of your head, it's when you try to list in front of you. If I had a list in front of me, my 5 would probably be a bit different. I'll probably keep like Billy or Beat It.
Do you guys know Baby Man?
Yeah.
Woo! Baby Man, and then we'll probably end it on like Billie Jean.
I love how none of us picked Thriller.
Yeah.
Because this is a 30-minute performance. Thriller could be a show. But I have to pick Smooth Criminal just so I can see the lean. What's called?
Thriller was really scary when I was young, though.
Oh, 100%. Especially at the end when you look back like this. And
that's
his eyes are
scary.
Especially when you grow up and they tell you everything's banduki. That is witchcraft. You're just like, this is not the one.
You see that thing, yeah? That thing was the bondage. Do you know how long it took me to watch Harry Potter? No, bro, they were showing Harry Potter in school, and I said I can't watch this.
It's against my religion.
I said I can't watch
I didn't watch Harry Potter. I had my Oimbo girlfriend that time.
Bro, I probably watched Harry Potter in probably the last like 7 years. You know that was Harry Potter.
Same. I think like 2016, 2017.
Like, that's when I watched
Harry
it.
Potter.
Don't fucking kill me.
I watched it, I was like, this is cold.
But a part of it was also when during the Harry Potter buzz, like 02, 03, 04, I was only in the country, so I couldn't understand the language. So when people are getting hyped for Harry Potter, I don't understand it. By the time we got to like Prisoner of Azkaban or something, the 5th movie, 2009, I'm like, I missed out the beginning. And this was when you had to convince your parents. It's not like you could just go streaming. So if I wanted to watch the back ones, I had to go convince my parents to buy me Harry Potter DVDs.
Or go to Extra Vision.
So this nigga,
Extra Vision? What are you talking about, bro? We got the nice bootleg things, bro.
this nigga's not gonna buy me Harry Potter. I just never watched it until 2017, and then she was like, "Yeah, we should watch Harry Potter."
Cold.
What happened to being in the cinema with the camcorder and you see someone walking by?
Or like at the start, the camera just shaking like this, and the guys now zooming in and out. Oh my!
You know when someone walks in and the camera goes down.
Yeah, you're just hearing it in the background.
All heroes don't wear capes.
That's true.
That time was serious. But do you know I had a bootleg version of Dreamgirls.
Oh, they wanted
Bro, no, and the CD that we had here, it cut like in the last like 10 minutes every single time. So, bro, it took me such a long time to actually find the movie on the computer and watch it. I was like, oh, this is the end, finally. Like, give myself blue balls for like 10 years.
It's like back those days, you'll have that one DVD you like and you just watch that movie. Do you know how many times I watched James Bond Die Another Day?
Bro.
But Halle Bailey was in that.
Bro, do you know, one of the reasons why I love Lion King so much is because we had it on cassette.
Yeah, same.
And fam, I watched it over and over again.
And back then, now we can't watch the same TikTok twice.
Bro, fam,
See that TikTok?
if you're talking too slow on your TikTok, times 2.
I'll see this one.
But I think I'm actually going to actively try and slow down.
Yeah.
In what you consume, or
No, in everything. Okay. Because like there's this weird thing of like speed. Like, why do we need to consume it faster?
yeah. Even now
Because there's so much.
Yeah, and there's so much.
That's what I'm saying. I need to slow down. If I only get to 3 videos, that's calm.
Fair enough. Even voice notes, I speed it up.
Yeah, when Dave sends me a voice note, I speed it up. Bro, the nigga sent me a 7-minute voice note.
That's crazy.
No. That's a regular thing.
That's Dave, bro.
That's a regular thing for Dave.
I'm gonna call you. I'm not listening to that.
What's called during the week I went cinema, and I watched this movie called The Substance. You guys should go watch it. It's a bit.
This nigga just be doing stuff now.
I told you. I mean, life has color again. We're back. So I watched this movie called The Substance. I'm not gonna spoil it, or whatever, but it's got me thinking about what is our obsession with youth, right? Like the world just has this obsession with youth. Do you guys value your youth? Because one day we're gonna be old.
Yeah, I don't know if No, I've never thought about it.
No, okay. Let me give you the premise of the movie. Yeah. So there's a substance that you get, and it allows you to like. It makes a duplicate of you, but the duplicate of you is like a better version of you. So like, let's say there's a 70-year-old man, a duplicate of him will come out and it'll be like 21.
Okay.
Fresh face, fresh skin, and you gotta switch out every week. So 1 week you're gonna be the old you, the next week you're gonna be the young you, kind of a situation. And it's just made me realize, like, do we value our youth?
I think at 70 you do more because there's certain things that you can do as a youth, even physically, that you maybe like. I don't think your mental necessarily slows down as much as your physical. Like even just sports athlete, they'll be like, oh, I'm still capable mentally. I still feel good, but because your physical can't catch up, and that's why like when you're 70, you're like, oh, if I was 21 again for a week, I value it. I think. Yeah, the youth is attached to the function of what I was able to do at that age. So I don't know if it's necessarily just being young or what I can do with the youth. Because it's not saying, oh, youth, it's wasted on the young.
But that's what I'm asking.
I'm
now
not
that
there
we're
yet.
here, now that we're here,
Yeah.
you're low-key, your prime is supposed to be like 33.
Yeah, I'm
That's
prime. So
do you
that's
get what I'm saying?
I value this now.
But when I say you value it, like, are you doing things that you're not going to be able to do in 20 years?
That's a good question. Not necessarily, no.
Are you valuing it?
No.
Because everything you're doing now, you can do in 20 years.
Yeah.
But the shit that you can do now that you can't do in 20 years, you can't go back and do that.
Yeah.
So, once again, I ask, do you value your
I
youth?
guess it perception would be able to.
Yeah, what would valuing it look like?
I don't know, it depends on everybody.
So
like,
does it mean like, trying to be the best version of myself physically? Without
whatever
I
means to you.
think that's what. like your youth, like so for example,
Build that
Serena
foundation in a
Williams,
sense, yeah.
she probably valued her youth more than me because she needed to be in a physical prime to achieve
What she
great
achieved,
what
yeah.
she achieved. Like her youth is attached to what she wants to do. Whereas you're asking me, mine is. If I could, in 20 years, I can still go to the gym and look good, which we see 50-year-olds looking good in good shape. And because I can still do that in 20 years, maybe I don't have as much value for what I was able to do at 25.
Yeah, so maybe what you want to achieve is not tied to your physical.
Yeah.
To your physical.
Because I ask because I see a lot of people, probably even me included, right? Because one girl on my Snap, she posted the other day, she posted like a throwback from like 7 years ago. And she's like, back when I had shape, but I thought I was fat back then. But the thing is, when she was in that moment, she probably thought she was fat.
Yeah.
And she probably hated herself. Now, 7 years later, you offer her that body, she would snatch it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like from now, whatever body you have now, 7 years, know what it could look like. So value it now and work towards it now. So it's 7 years. When you're looking at 7 years ago, you're thinking like, I know, I have value. I get you.
So
I get you.
like, do you might feel like you, apart from valuing it, are you cherishing the moments that you enjoy?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I'm not a present person.
Neither am I.
Ooh.
I'm not a present
Why?
person.
What do you?
I'm always like, what's next? What are we doing?
Why?
It's like it's always been my default.
mindset.
Yeah, I'm the same. And then now I look back sometimes, I'm like, that was some good times that I just didn't enjoy. Like even uni, I've coasted through. Like I'm not even talking about the work.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like
Being
even just the
Galway,
experience, being do you get what I'm saying? Like I wasted a lot of it just not giving a fuck and just thinking, bro, when I get out of here, I'm gonna do this.
You know, boys, I've done some like I can show I've done some cool shit.
Yeah.
Don't remember half.
But
of
do you know because you've done so much cool shit so often, it becomes your norm. So,
yeah, but like there's a thing to being present in that moment that like. But I've played on stages that like after I go off, the next act was Nas like.
But what's your focus when you're in those moments? Like, what do you
getting
think?
what I need to do done.
So you're just focused on the task.
Yeah, it's but like I feel like and I've been there a few times where you can exist in actually, yes. So the level of preparedness I am allows me to be more present.
Okay.
Do you get me? And I'm always prepared, but sometimes it's like something might go wrong, so I'm just like, okay, let's get this thing done, and then okay, now that we're done, I'm like, cool.
What if you're not performing and you don't have a task in hand and you're in a moment? Are you able to enjoy it then?
No.
Okay.
So I think because of my experiences, I've learned to just like always think of, let's say even okay, as we're doing on this pod,
Yeah.
I'm having a conversation. I'm being kind of present, but I'm just like, okay, when I get home, I need to do X, Y, Z. I need to prep for tomorrow because I. My mind is always.
Yeah. Whereas I'm thinking, why are Chelsea losing right now? I'm different because even when I was in secondary school, being in that moment, I remember thinking these are some of the best days of my life. Like I remember not wanting to miss school because I knew it was always fun.
I was thinking, get the fuck out of here.
I never wanted to leave
I'm
secondary
jealous
school.
of that thought.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't have.
You know,
that memory.
I think for you, yours is probably, you know, when they say enjoy your kid being a baby because it doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Like even just you posted a picture of Fix 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Bro, to get away from this.
Like this. Like this.
I'm just like,
I did like,
bro, this kid is really like okay. Like let's even say Simi. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had 9 months with him of not having to work, and like it's her and him. And now she has to leave him to go to work.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, did you really
Enjoy
cherish that time?
those
Or
moments,
were you, like, obviously it's stressful, but within the stress, there's beauty.
Yeah.
Did we enjoy the beauty?
There's beauty in
Or
the
did we
struggle.
just hyper focus on the stress?
Yeah. No, I think because we're humans, our brain goes to survival. We're also creatures that are designed to survive.
Yeah.
So we tend to focus more on and you have to it's like a conscious decision you have to make. It's like, let me enjoy it. I've said this so many times. I didn't really enjoy the first 4 months. I was grateful. But now, like, I enjoy it. Like, now I'm like, I recognize it and I see it. And to your point, he's going to get to an age where he wants nothing to do with me. Like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm very, in those moments, I'm very present. I'm like, this is fun because one day, I'm not thinking like, and that's why it's probably good to have like my wife because she's always thinking like this needs to be done, this needs to be done. Like I was such an adult moment. Like I was sitting watching Chelsea were playing on Thursday, so I'm sitting watching the game, and she's talking to me about how we have to fill out forms for his crash in June. I'm like, how are our minds in such different places? Where mine is like right here now, just Chelsea need to score. Whereas it's like, we have forms to fill out because he needs to get to Chelsea in June. And I'm like, fair enough.
I mean, like, I worry about that April, man.
Yeah. But I guess I'm just worried that way. But I vividly
wish
remember,
I was worried that way.
Yeah, I vividly remember secondary school thinking like, these are the best days of my life, and I don't want to miss school because it's always fun.
Yeah.
And since I've left, I look back and I was like, on my holiday with like Chris and Nate, and I was saying like, 07 to 10 were some of my favorite years in life. Like 2007, 2010.
Yeah.
School was easy. The junior cert was easy. I was playing ball every day with my friends. Was easy. I was going to school. Was easy. I had my little girlfriend there, so getting girl wasn't a problem. Like nobody could bully me because of being dark skinned. Because I was like, yeah, but I have a girlfriend. You have no girlfriend. So I remember vividly saying that, but like I don't. Maybe it's. I do think of the future, but I definitely I'm able to enjoy the moment. I'm just able to sit in and be like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, no, I know. It's got me thinking because not you, definitely not you. Niggas that don't take pictures and don't pull out your phones in situations like that, yeah. It's like, it's not until somebody's throwing out memories, when we will come and start, bang, memory, and it's like, oh, this is so sick to see. But in the moment, we're not thinking about it. Like, bro, there's probably, I know from like 13 to like 16, I don't think there's a single picture of me that exists.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I avoided pictures. I don't like pictures. I didn't like doing all that shit. Do you get what I'm saying? But now looking back, niggas are posting throw back this. I can't participate.
I wish.
But now knowing that, are you gonna change?
Ooh.
Like, but so can you really change fundamentally who you are?
Yes.
Okay.
What's called in terms of like
Being
documenting
present,
moments? Yeah, 100%.
Being present, I think you can. I think it's probably just like it's probably giving yourself like
If you see my camera roll on my Snapchat was just fixed because I need to go back and be like see the progression of my kids.
But that's beautiful.
Like
Do you
that
get what I'm
picture
saying?
I took one every month. Like that one I
Yeah,
posted.
I know.
Every single month.
Like I could tell that you did this on purpose.
Yeah, Simi was laughing when I used to do it at the beginning. I was like, Simi was laughing. I was like, watch.
You know the ones you gonna wish you had this.
I think it was harder for her to be present at the beginning because so much changes. And
Yeah.
Let's even talk about this. DGD and Halle Bailey broke up. Do you know Halle Bailey?
Yeah.
They broke
Bailey,
up. So then the conversation, I don't even know if they broke up, but Think Peace Twitter. I don't care about
they
celebrity
broke up.
relationship. I don't care about
I
celebrity
don't give a rat's
relationship. But Think Peace Twitter kind of made me. It gives you conversations. That's why you see Think Peace on Twitter. Then someone says kids ruin things.
They don't.
And then I was like, I don't think ruin is the word.
Me and Mrs. had the conversation on the way to my house.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was like, I don't think ruin is the word she should have used. If she said kids changes things, and sometimes the change is too much for people to go through. Because your expectation of what the relationship is after baby and the woman's expectation of what a relationship is after baby could be so different, and you can work on it and it butt heads. Now, my thing is like, hopefully, you guys, one day, fathers. Do you still have any expectations of what, like, now you're traveling, you're just on a random Saturday. Me and my missus looked at it, just on a random Saturday, these guys just went to Belfast. Like, that's what your relationship is now, which is beautiful because me and Simi were the same. Do you have like an idea or preparation of like what you have now versus after?
I'm okay with everything like that ending.
Okay.
I'm okay with everything like that ending.
Okay.
Because I see parenting, being a father like a how do I describe it? It's like a big, it's the most important thing in life in a sense. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like if my life is about this kid, then my life will be about this kid.
Yeah.
Because you didn't ask to be here.
I also say that as well. I always say to my business, I say, Fixie needs to be born.
and then also like I feel like through my own life, my experiences, it is my responsibility to kind of at least guide you through life the best way I can.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get me? So if I need to sacrifice those things, I think I'll be okay with that.
My question to you
I also think it's easy to say now, but
but that was gonna be my question to you. Like not that, like it's fine being okay with it ending, but are you so okay with it ending because this is norm? When it's your norm, like we said,
true.
When it's your norm, you don't miss something that you see every day. Yeah. Like I always say, people come across from all over the world to go see the Eiffel Tower. There's one person that sees it every day, and it's like, what is this? It's just a tall thing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, because it's your norm, it's hard to miss something. And like there was a point where you guys are going to Amsterdam, going this, doing that, and it just felt like normal. But now you look back and it's like, not that you would change anything, but sometimes like, I wish I could still do that here and there.
Yeah, I think,
and that's perfectly okay. It's human. It's human to be like that.
But I think the thing is like, you can have those things. You could still have everything, but like okay, we went on a whim. You could plan to go.
Yeah. That's how I was.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Things don't actually have to change that much in terms of like, okay, it just means now that everything's on a calendar as opposed to or what we're doing today.
Perfectly said. And that's why grandparents are great. And that's why, like, you guys on your podcast, you do a good thing about speaking about seasons.
Yeah.
Like, what season are you in and what season is it? And it's about understanding what season you're in.
Yeah.
And seasons come and go.
Yeah.
Like, one thing that, like, Sydney went back to work and my brother was telling me is, like, how do you, like, how does it feel? It's difficult. Like, it's actually not that difficult, to be fair. You just, we drop them off and we go. It's like, it's a change. But anything I've learned in the last 10 months is things get better. Like, you just keep doing it, then it gets better. And it gets easier. And I think some people, when they're in that moment or in a season, they can't see past whatever that is. I'm not saying, like, this is what GGG and Halle Bailey, I don't even know if it's about the kid. But Twitter
It's not about them, it's a conversation.
Yeah, Twitter gives us a conversation. Like, in those instances, I can see people, because I've been there, I can see people thinking, like, is this what my relationship is going to be now? Is this what we're going to be about? We're not going to have time for each other. We're going to be looking after a baby. We can't go on a random date night.
Yeah.
We can't just be drinking wine and end up having sex on a Friday night. Like, your relationship changes so much, and I can understand people being in it, because I've been in it, and thinking, like, is this my life now? Is this all it's going to be? But then you get to the side, it's like, oh, it gets better. It's like, I just have to be more intentional about things.
Yeah.
Like, I just have to be more intentional about planning a date night, planning to go to Popeyes, planning to go into the shop, even planning to come into the podcast, making sure, like, someone is at home with him. I think, so when people say, like, ruin is the wrong word, but it will fund it, like, it has, like, there's no way your relationship can remain the same.
Can I ask you guys a question? Yeah. Obviously from two different standpoints, because off of that Halle Bailey quote, some guy was like, the after you have a kid, it's not the same woman you subscribe to. Do you get what I'm saying? So now I ask, do you love your girl who she is now, or do you love her core? Because she's gonna change.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
no matter what,
people change. Like, you're gonna change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, when some people, it's like, I fell in love with this person, and it's like they love that version of that person, but the minute they change, I feel like they fall out of love.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you love the core, or do you? I'm not gonna ask that to you guys.
Or do you
But
love
it's
the
like,
moment that you are existing in?
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I literally saw a video about this. This woman literally said you need to fall in love and out of love and then back in love with your partner over many times over the span of your lives, because people change.
Yep.
Do you get me? So I think you might have to maybe, I don't know if you can actually choose to fall in love with someone.
Well, you probably couldn't, because if people could just choose to do it.
Yeah,
Many
but
people
like,
married.
but I guess maybe it's different with someone that you've chosen to commit to. Do you get me? But like, bro, she's not just a free girl anymore. She's a mom.
Yeah.
Like, she's gonna change. So are you going to walk away because she's changed?
Because even through pregnancy, they're going through so many changes, even physically. Things are just changing completely. And I remember seeing that. You see these snaps and you see these stories, and it's a girl filming her man, and she's saying, like, I didn't think I could love my husband anymore until I saw him as a dad. So it will also open up a side of you that they can see, or you can see into your wife, and you can say, oh, this is how you operate in this window. Now I love you more.
Yeah.
Or you can look at them and be like, wow, this guy is actually like a bummy nigga. When they like, he could have been a great partner, but he's just like, he doesn't know. Fatherhood doesn't come. Yeah, fatherhood hasn't came to him naturally, and it might over time. And that's one thing I knew I had to be intentional. I remember seeing a thing that says the only thing a man shouldn't be able to do is breastfeed. Everything else you should be able to do. Cleaning, bathing, everything. I'm so intentional. I do it all, because I knew I was like, I can't be African dad.
Yeah,
Watching TV, the kids are shouting. I say, hey, what is shouting? I couldn't be that. We live in Europe.
Yeah.
Everybody's working outside of the house, so everybody must work inside the house.
Yeah.
The dynamic can't be like, if I get it for men, if I'm like, you're working, bringing in 150K, and you come home, I said I don't want to touch anything when I'm home. I can see why they would think that way, but for everybody else, you must participate.
If she's paying the bill, you gotta watch the play.
If I don't participate outside of the home, everybody must participate inside the home. That's my point of view, anyways.
I think that's the healthiest way to think about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Recently, I've been feeling very much like a hater.
So like, he's rubbing off on you.
100%. Because you know what it is, yeah. It feels like sometimes I see certain things, yeah, or we see certain things, because we talk about this in the group chat sometimes, and it's like, is that impressive? Like, if someone does something, is that impressive? Or like, is it that our bar is too high? And it's like, I see why you're gassed by this. But sometimes we look at it and it's like, but is it impressive?
Okay. How does this link back to your romanticization of struggle?
I've taken that outside of me because it's not only me.
I love that. You guys protected yourself.
No, because I don't see the example I want to use now.
We can't.
You said that.
Okay, can we pause? Can we Can
Okay,
you
yeah.
put
But
We're back. Okay, so my point is,
I see what you're saying.
is our bar too high? Because obviously what is impressive to you and what makes you feel good. I can't judge it. I can't say that you shouldn't feel good about that. That's horrible.
Okay. Do you know what it is? We have all peeped behind the curtain. We know there's nothing.
we know
there.
the gig.
There's F all there.
Okay, but I will use myself as an example. Yeah, sometimes people have said, "Yo, Dej, that's impressive," but I've seen behind the curtain. And honestly, this shit is smoke and mirrors.
That's what like Cole said. I can see behind the smoking screen. This nigga ain't as big as it seems.
Yeah.
And I think that we've seen people get number ones, and then when I find out how you get to number one, and I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's knowledge. The knowledge you have means you can't be impressed by it. Bro. I promise you. You could have just told someone to type that up.
But the thing is now it makes me feel like am I a hater?
That's the burden of knowledge, unfortunately.
But because it's just one of them situations where it's actually got me thinking, right? I even have it written down. It's got me thinking, yeah. In this Ireland, yeah. Do we have moments? As in do we have I know we're building a scene and we're building a culture, right? But do we have cultural moments outside of music? Because don't come and tell me about Travis and Elvis number one.
Yeah.
Because as amazing as that is, but that's music. We'll put music to the side for a second. If we go to UK situations, yeah, we can have what's called. If I start slapping people now, they'll call me mad.
I'm mad.
We have you can go and categorically go through different moments that is impactful to them, and I'm not even saying that it has to go over to a different side. I'm even saying just within our own Irish
Why
culture.
not say it because it's here? But they did have some Blonde Bob.
Blonde Bob.
That was a cultural moment.
Man.
They did have some moments like Blonde Bob. Stuck it in, I was gone.
Moment.
That took off. On their, he might not want to say it because he might want to be humble.
I won't let you. Did not even consider those. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I forgot, but that's why I came to ask.
Blonde Bob was on the shitboard.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Blonde Bob, Gabrielle Union.
Who was it that tweeted that? Gabrielle Union saw my face.
Yeah. So Blonde Bob, obviously now I'm thinking about the podcast. I was like, maybe that was a cultural moment that we're seeing people like us on Shaper or we're seeing Gabrielle Union interacting with that thing. Those two I could think of because talking that was going it birthed the whole podcast as well. So it's a cultural moment as well itself.
Because I was just thinking about it and I was like, I know we keep talking about being black and Irish and whatever, but do we have a culture?
Do you know what?
And what are our moments?
I think we're not spread wide enough.
Explain that.
I think a lot of the things that we do is kind of concentrated to a few sects. Do you get me? We have the people that are working in the fashion industry, kind of the music, maybe podcasters, and then there's a few people that do clothing. Do you get me? And then the content creators. We're not super spread enough. Do you get what I'm trying to say? For those to create a fertile ground for those things to happen.
But even saying that, right? Once again, I'll take the UK 10 years ago, whatever. They've got. I know I removed music for a second, but they made their grime scene. It became a moment for people. These are when people are growing up, they have pivotal moments and these memories are tied to these things.
Yeah, even
do we have those?
Backchat was a good example. Backchat was actually a good example.
But do we have those?
We can't yet. You see, whenever we decide to compare ourselves to the UK, you need to take this fundamental thing into consideration. Sorry. If you were in the UK, it is very possible that your grandparents came to the UK, meaning that your mom was born there, meaning that you were born there to grow.
No, I get that.
Do you get me? But think about it. if your mom had a whole teenage life in the UK, what could have came out of that?
That's what we're doing now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
like our sons, our kids.
our moments are going to come. That's what I believe.
I have no doubt that they're going to come. I know they're going to come.
Yeah, but we don't have them yet.
But
We don't have them
I
yet.
was just wondering. It's like we keep talking about this thing that our culture, Irish culture, is like, and it's bubbling and shit like that. But
I
wanna see moments.
It
It is bubbling.
It is.
It is bubbling. Like it, and even to Tommy's point, like ours should be expedited compared to the UK because to his point, we have knowledge.
Yeah.
We've seen it being done in a certain way, so it shouldn't. Like we might even say with not even just our kids, we might even say within, let's say, my sister's generation.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
15 years younger. It doesn't have to be my son. It could be like my sister's generation that are creating those moments because we're all on the same internet now. Like whereas before the knowledge wasn't really there. But yeah, I was thinking even on that conversation, I was like, is it also a thing that because it's so small and we're not that spread out, that we can trick ourselves to believe that we're bigger than we actually are at times. Like think about Charger, yeah. When I was talking to people and I was like, I don't really want to do it anymore, blah blah. And they would tell me, yeah, but you should keep doing it. You guys won the award. And my brain, I'm like, wasn't that big of a deal? But the perception is like, oh, you are bigger now because we can attach that to you.
Yeah.
But I was saying then I was like, in Ireland, do we trick ourselves to think maybe if I have this cool thing to happen or this cool moment or whatever we're talking about offline, off air, like, oh, this has happened. Now people could look at Charger, I'm going to use this as an example, as maybe bigger than they are because we've had this moment.
That's perfect.
But there aren't many of us.
But
Like if a section of the people like you, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
no, but
Yeah, that's a good point. I get it.
how I started this, it's cool, but was it impressive?
No, a lot of things aren't impressive.
But that's what I mean, because like
To us, because we have knowledge.
winning the award was cool, but it doesn't impress me.
But if Tommy said, I think Tommy hit the nail on the head because you have knowledge and you've seen behind the curtain. But if people haven't, you can kind of manipulate what they're seeing.
I think you're not understanding that you've seen. Like you're not taking that into consideration.
You've been in a room with these people. You've seen it. You've talked to these. Like
No, because bro, if you didn't have any knowledge, you would think that award puts money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Did you put any money in your pocket?
My bank balance is the same.
That's knowledge.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's like a caveat for
impressive.
some people. Like why we like Joe Vinci was saying that's like a caveat for him why you shouldn't leave. Said no, you guys just got awarded. I'm like. So like, that's not the thing that's not going to make you want to stop.
Yeah.
Like that's not the thing. But I can understand if you don't have the knowledge of like your people that are 16, 17 and you're seeing like my sister loves the DHD girls, but like I just see them as like, oh, that's Roz and Demi. From her point of view, those girls are on YouTube. They get like blah, blah. They think those girls are loaded. But then you talk to them like, we're still grinding. But because you'll see like, oh no, people are still working towards things. Nobody has done anything impressive yet. But to someone, your name being on a billboard somewhere, that's it.
Do you know what's impressive? Rashidat Adeleke. That's impressive.
What?
Rihanna geeked out when he met her.
That's impressive.
But even on a lower scale, Travis and Nels #1 impressive. Sendo
impressive.
on the charts impressive.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Them having another moment, Travis and Nels doing the festival performance, fucking impressive.
Yeah.
Like. I'm not saying that there aren't things that aren't impressive. There are a lot of things that's happening that's
There's
impressive.
certain things that smoke and mirrors.
There's
a lot of things that smoke and mirrors.
And the problem is like we have like Ireland, even this Dublin. I think Dublin is supportive.
Yeah.
Whatever people want to say is bullshit. Dublin is very. I do believe that Dublin is very supportive. So what happens is when you see people supporting, it bigs things up. But because you have the knowledge, you're just like, it's not that big. But hey, look, it's been supported.
It's just it makes me feel internally like a hater. Because but the thing is, the reason why I also check myself and like I'm not a hater is because one of the boys from Navan, he's out. He played out in Malta. He plays ball. He played out in Malta. He's played in different places. He's still playing ball. And one day I saw him in the airport and somewhere. Anyways, I saw him in the airport and I was chatting to him. I was like, bro, like I hope you know that you've made it. Like. You might not be in the Prem, you might not be in FIFA, but you are getting paid to play ball. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter how, you're getting paid to play ball and there's people out there screaming your name. You fucking made it. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, to me, might not be sexy, but it's impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah. No, I think the overall point, I still hate the knowledge. It's a knowledge. You just know too much.
For me,
you know too much.
The people that are doing content, and that's their job.
Impressive.
Impressive as hell. That means you're signing some deals that's paying your rent.
Aye.
Impressive as hell.
Yeah.
Impressive
Like,
as fuck.
Do you get me? But like on that scale, when you look at it, what happens is, I think across the board, support looks the exact same for everyone. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the person we spoke about, he's getting the same kind of support that someone that's getting paid for gets. So it looks like it's the same. But because we can peep behind the curtain, we're just like, okay, this one is impressive. This one is
cool.
Exactly.
It's a cool moment.
So then when you now go backwards, you're just like, oh, if I show hate, it looks the exact same from this other side.
Yeah.
So if I show it, I feel like I hear here.
Yeah.
But because I know.
Yeah. I'm just telling you the truth. And you're mistaking the truth. Sometimes we do be hating. That's why I like...
I be hating.
Yeah, that's why I blame myself as a hater, because some things, I notice things and I'll say things, and then I'll few months later, people speaking of certain things, I was like, the delivery matters and how you say it matters. And sometimes I think like from our perspective, they'll look at me like, yeah, but you're saying that if your podcast didn't, like they'll minimize it because it'd be easy to minimize your opinion. That your podcast doesn't even do that well, blah blah. That's why you're hating.
Yeah, that's why we have to win the award to talk about the award.
that's why.
No, literally, because before it'd be like, you're just salty that Where's Your Head I won it 3 times in a row.
Bruv, I put it in the group chat. I put it in the group chat. Said, oh, can you guys nominate us? They said, why are we nominating you so you can just go congratulate King David? I said, all right.
You know what?
Chico, yeah? Let's go.
Bro, no. Y'all stop throwing hands on me. We're fighting.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think thanks for validating my hate.
No, I don't think it's. I honestly just think it's like, yeah, we know, because we know it will look like hate because they don't know.
But then I also think that, like, go back to the person. He knows it doesn't mean that much, but he knows what
perception.
Also,
we should have marketed that word better.
We should have. No.
It's perception.
Jokes aside,
Perception, yeah.
we were having this conversation about marketing just 2 minutes ago.
It's perception. He knows. He for him, he's probably like, this doesn't actually mean anything. But like, hey, this will look good for my
branding,
Instagram though.
Business. Like,
Yeah, but you know, it's just.
No, I get it. You can, like,
It feels like hate, bro. Like, I heard.
Because my thing is, yeah, like, I've heard about Irish people over and over again that we get very complacent very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, in the famous words of a bunch of local champions.
Yeah.
it's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's
So
true.
now, it's like, now, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, are you impressed by that? Because if you're impressed by that, I can't take it away from you. Like, it's impressive to you.
Or using it as a marketing. But either way, it's cool, because even if you're not impressed, but you know what perception can do for your business, and that's why you want to use it.
That's
I rate that. No, but
That's impressive.
No, I rate that. That's now. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking at a different level. However,
if you're
actually like, once again, be gassed, enjoy your moment.
Yeah.
Like, once again, enjoy the moment, because we don't know what's gonna happen next. However, is that the thing now you're gonna be using to up your chest and say,
you
I'm him.
guys saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
If
saw.
it makes your chest big, get on him.
do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's
Well, speaking of, like, Tommy, we have you here, so we want to.
yeah, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this.
your Where's Your Head At podcast.
Yeah.
So 2022, you guys, I think that was like your best year, and I think it's the best year any podcast has still had it within our space.
Facts.
You've had 2 live shows. Damn You Hope, fresh off Love Island. All these guests. 2023, solid year. Still had live shows. Still solid guests, and whatever. And and a game night, whatever.
Yeah, game
But
night.
2024, you guys are recording. You're putting out content, but we're not getting like much more else out of you. What's going on from 2022 in your? Because we have our own theories.
What are your theories? I'm curious.
I'm not gonna lie. What's called? We retired and we put out more clips than you guys. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah. My theory is life is life. Life got busy.
Yeah.
You have 2 people get married.
Yeah.
Open Circle has. Take it. I didn't even know Chris is the one that told me Open Circle started in NCI.
Yeah, started in NCI,
Yeah, Chris is the one that told me, because Chris runs NCI. Open Circle has taken off.
Yeah.
You have obviously wives. He has a business he's running. Well, out of the pandemic, life is resuming to normal. So as life gets busy, you prioritize what you see as more important in your life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not speaking for Katie, but this is my perception from outside. He has Open Circle, he has a partner, and he has his business.
He said it on the podcast, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he did actually with you when you guys
Yeah,
talked
he
about
did,
it.
yeah.
So and then he has where's your head at? How often does the fourth thing in your life of priority get that much effort and attention? Like, if the other two are getting like 50%, 20%, if you're spreading it out. So
And also, if one of them is God and fulfills you,
Yeah. No,
That's valid.
Yeah,
That's valid.
if you're getting also getting that fulfillment, that validation, because open circle, you're getting 500 people out every Tuesday, and you have Snow who's planning weddings. I hear him talk about money basically every other week. On the pod, he's trying to go to Nige. Man said he had a pregnancy scare with his wife. I don't know. I couldn't believe it. But I understand. It's not the time now. So from the outside, it's like where you guys were 2 years ago, the season you were in to 2024. Life just got busy, and maybe the podcast isn't as on the list of priority of where it should be. That's what from the outside.
Yeah.
Do
you know what it is? I think we've taken our foot off the gas.
Yeah.
Obviously, right? I can't pretend that we haven't. But I think for us, we're in a place whereby like, look, we're just gonna take it a week at a time. We're not gonna stop this. Like we have no intentions to. We'll take it a week at a time. Once things level out again, we can go hard again.
things never level out.
Well,
Though.
that's also not that. When does things level out in your mind? When do you think things level out?
I think it's when we create proper systems.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not like we're not trying to do that. We are trying to do that. Do you get me? Like we're okay. We may not record every week, but we record twice a month.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Bang out 2 episodes.
Okay.
Schedule our guests in better. We're gonna cook these clips. Do you get me? So we are working on
building a team essentially.
Building a team, and then even building the workload and spreading it out within ourselves to make it easier to manage.
Is it something that you guys are still driven to do at this stage in life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like we've had that conversation. We've had the conversation. Like, boys, this one, like, we haven't even considered ending.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, we haven't considered.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah, like me and Jordan, the podcast became more of a grind than fun. I'm not gonna lie, being back has been fucking fun.
But today was an example of the grind.
I today pissed me off, but we're not gonna talk about that. But like, I've been excited to come here and speak today.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and we haven't felt that in time.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that?
I haven't not felt it.
Oh, that's great then.
I haven't. There hasn't been a time where I'm like, oh, like. There's been a time where I'm like, oh, I'm actually tired. Boy, let's do it. Like, but not like, oh, I don't want to do this. I haven't felt that. I haven't felt it. No.
When are we officially rebranding as a Christian podcast?
We've always kind of been that though.
You've always been
jump.
that, but it feels it's coming more to the forefront every week.
Yeah, do you know? I think a podcast should be
A reflection.
A
a
reflection
reflection
where
of
we are
kind
in
of the current state of our lives.
Yeah.
In this current state, like God has always been important, but
Yes.
like I guess for me anyway, I've been a lot more active and I have a lot more questions. And I'm like, yo, I think this is interesting.
Yeah.
You might think it's interesting. I'm gonna ask a question on the pod. It's literally that simple.
Yeah.
It's literally that simple.
It's like me coming here being a dad or whatever, and then come to talk about bad bitches and it will just be like,
You're 30.
Yeah, it doesn't sit with where you are in life right now. Yeah, but do you guys feel like any other, maybe not pressure, but externally that people have also, do you think they've lost interest, or because you guys have taken the foot off the gas and you're not like as hard on the pedal? How do you feel like that's impacted your audience? Is what I'm trying to say in a good way.
Someone literally came up to us and said that like him and his partner were going through miscarriage and we helped them through it.
Okay.
We're still impacted somebody.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you get
That's
me?
good, yeah.
So like that's all that matters to me. Like if I can give, even if I like, people have said that like, oh, I never thought about this that way, or I didn't think about that. Hey, look, we're still causing some impact in someone's life.
Yeah,
Do you get
even
me?
if you're not causing the cultural impact that we're talking
Exactly.
about, like,
And
2
like,
years ago.
yeah, exactly. And even when those things happen, for example, like people came back and listened. I'm like, oh, this is not for us.
Okay.
Oh, they thought they were gonna get that 30 seconds for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's not what the pod has. We've never been that way. Like, we'll have a bit of banter, we might have a serious conversation, we might have a full 2 hours of serious conversation. The next hour is all banter. Like, but like it's kind of roughly existed in that format, and we've consistently been what we've been throughout. Like, we haven't changed. We've just grown.
Okay. Yeah.
As individuals. Do you
I
get me?
remember actually listening and Katie was kind of saying, I was like saying people sometimes like we do with artists. Like, yeah, but give us your first album. Yeah, but like I'm not getting rich or die trying anymore.
Give me 10K.
I'm a millionaire in New York, so I'm gonna talk about being a millionaire in New York.
I'm not talking about
I get
getting
money.
shot anymore.
Yeah, I get money. I get it. Like that's
You know
where
what I'm saying?
that's
Have
where
a baby
I'm
by me, baby. Be a millionaire.
Yeah, because that's where I am. Like, so I do kind of understand that like maybe people you come to for a certain reason and people outgrow that and either you grow with them because I think that's my favorite podcast is Brilliance and I think that's like a good thing about Brilliance. Like Andrew also becoming a dad. And at the same time, I'm a dad.
Yeah.
So when he's talking about these things and I'm finding it more interesting. I can still relate to this bubble. But there's certain podcasts that I've listened to that I turn on now and I just can't connect to it like I once did.
Well,
and that's okay.
I was listening to
okay.
what pod was it? Like there's a UK pod I used to listen to. I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
I feel like I know exactly which one you're talking about.
I'm just like I'm not really.
Yeah, I can't connect to it like I once did, and that's okay. But and then. Next year, then obviously, are you guys going to do anything this year, or is it just going to go into the
most likely not?
Yeah,
most likely not. But next year, definitely.
You're back in.
Yeah,
when the things get when it gets busier again, people start having inshallah, people start having kids and weddings and marriages.
Yeah, because like
it'll get busy. It could go the other way. It could go like more things.
But the thing is, like, if I have a kid, I'd still want to be able to go to the pod and speak to the boys.
I'm here right now. So.
I'd still want to have the conversation with the boys about like the changes and what that feels like and what that's like. Do you get me? So,
what about the podcast fulfills you the most?
You
know, I got good questions.
I know, killing it down.
I think it is. Wow, I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Because Jordan said like when people like interact and like chat about shit we said.
Yeah, when I see our podcast has made you feel a way that you're actually like expressing your opinion on it, or you're saying the charge boy said this, and I can see like a conversation piece that we had has led into many different conversations, and I'm seeing people like, oh, you felt such a way about this that you wanted to express it. I love that feeling.
Yeah, like because Loki, I've found recently like I love seeing. Don't go tweet. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Chan being like, what the fuck happening here? Kind of shit. Like just seeing people interact is like, if it makes me like, this I did this shit.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, I think I think providing people some sort of escapism that isn't particularly detrimental to them.
Yeah.
Did you get me? Like I'm not talking about shaking ass on a mic. Did you get me? Or encouraging you to do that. But like I think providing that. It gives fulfillment.
And it's cheaper than therapy.
What? Wait,
it's cheaper than therapy.
This guy. Okay, then obviously, you guys talked about it. The video was out that said that the state of the podcast game kind of isn't where it was maybe a couple of years ago.
Who said that?
I think it was Nestor said it, and you guys talked about it on your podcast.
Yes.
So the state of the podcast game isn't where it was a few years ago. Like, we've kind of regressed. You see it that way, like, as a whole, as a totality.
Well, yeah. You guys are leaving. Right?
Hey, if we get enough subs, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We might not go anywhere.
Yeah, like you guys are leaving. Dongo took quite a long break.
Yeah.
We've kind of missed a few episodes. GTGF came and did their thing, right?
Yeah, they put it on their back and said, okay, we'll do this thing.
Yeah, and then what's the podcast that used to happen here?
Bar for Bar.
They just disappeared. Yeah. Do you get me? So
what do you think that is? Do you think it's just because life is properly back
nobody actually understands the work that goes in.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right?
We can't tell. It was too much.
Like, nobody understands the work. Like, if you're working on an album, it might take a few months, release it, and have a break. You have to give 52 episodes a week. If you're
some musicians do an album, they do one song a year, and they tell you nominate me for an award based on one fucking song. Release songs, man.
And the worst part about it, they've got songs hoarded. They just don't want to release.
And then when they don't win it, they said, "There's no support in this country, bro. You've released one song, bro."
You get what I'm saying? And you know who you're going up against with? You know who you're going up against? Niggas that went number one.
Now he hates you.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You're arrogant enough to
this
think
guy's
you win.
flying to a different continent to go and rap, but you think which one song you're going to win?
I don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't know either. I actually have nobody in my head.
I'm trying to think of someone who's like, I don't think. Well, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, 52 episodes a year, like, that's not easy.
No, it's the show.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
And trying to, not that you try to not repeat conversations, but also trying to not repeat conversations.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's first 5 episodes are easy as fuck. The first episode, you're gassed. Second episode, we're talking about what just happened. Third episode, you're telling your story, all your best stories. Fourth episode, you're telling your second best stories. Now, episode number 6, 7, you told me that story last week.
Yeah.
Or you have a guest that freezes. How do we talk to this person?
I was just going to ask who's your worst guest, but no one's going to answer that.
You can't do that on the pod. But yeah, I think that covers our basis. Oh, I was watching the Vince McMahon documentary before we end. I just want to say this. Watching the Vince McMahon documentary, I thought it was going to be like a hate piece. you kind of not admire him as a person. You admire what he built. Like building $1 billion business, because he take it from the beginning to end. I went to the podcast thinking I'm gonna hate this nigga, but at the end of not podcast, the documentary. At the end of the documentary, I was like,
You did that.
This guy
is impressive.
Like,
where is it? It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Like how he got pro wrestling from his dad in the 80s, and he built it into like what WWE is that we see today.
I wanna watch that,
and
yeah.
obviously, he did a lot of like fucked up shit, misuses power.
Yeah.
But obviously, I was also thinking about it. Yeah, to build a business, those kind of businesses from the ground up, like sometimes you need a character or a person like a Vince, like. That's just driven, fucked up in a way. Like
You have to be not well.
I was listening to Mike Cuban was on Flagrant. They said, "Do you think Dana White, like he's driven, he's hardworking, but would you hire him to run a business?" He says, "No, you couldn't hire someone like Dana White, not because he would be good, but those type of characters they can't work for people. They have to be the person they are. They have to be in the driving seat." And I was just watching that Vince documentary and it reminded me of that. I was like, "Yeah, this guy could not turn up to a 9 to 5 in an office.
No way.
The way he's just." Built as a person, he was so driven. I was like, it's kind of. I thought I was gonna hate you by the end of this. Not that I don't admire him, but I was like, what you did, fair fucking play.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, right? And I don't know. I don't expect you guys to know the answer, but societally now, there's this obsession with, perfection of character. Right. There's no accommodations at all for nuance. There's no accommodations at all for growth. There's no accommodations at all for ignorance.
Yeah.
It's just you have to be perfect, and if you've done anything in your past that's terrible, you are terrible. Where do you think that's going to lead us? And where do you think it ends? Because I think everyone's going to come to the realization at some point that this bullshit.
I've come to that realization. Bullshit.
I think it's a pendulum. We went from Hollywood, everything being
clean
cut
images of people,
and then it swung to YouTube, and we made a bunch of regular people stars, and we appreciated them for being regular and fucked up and being relatable. And then they made so much money that all of the brands and everything, now you have to be clean cut on YouTube, you have to be this and that, and that's where we are now. And then it's gonna all come crashing down, and it's gonna swing right back to that, and it's just gonna keep doing this.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think
that's a very interesting perspective.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that. It's cyclical, I guess. We're just seeing a cycle, like the cycle now. It's like clean cut, and it's like, you know what, fuck the clean cut piece, the thing. We're gonna say whatever we want.
Yeah.
Actually, no, you can't say whatever. We're gonna cancel you. And I would like. To a point of being the Ron's episode, he came back around again like, no, Trump is saying whatever. Yeah, no, fuck, Trump is my guy. He says whatever, I'm gonna support him, and then he's gonna go back again. Like, actually, you just can't say grab her by the pussy. Like you can't say that. You can't say that. And then it's like, yeah, it's just where celebrity is right now. But I think with social media, to the point you're making.
No, but I think they're putting celebrity standards on regular humans.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah, but the thing is, regular humans are becoming celebrities.
True. That's fair.
Like James Afu you have 2 million subscribers and 2 million followers, and you are for them they're probably just the boys, but they kind of are. They're the new age celebrities, like Kai Nat and all them. Those are the new age celebrities.
They're bigger than some actors and actresses.
Yeah.
100%.
Speaking about Kai, did you guys see his LBA league?
The one who was playing basketball with small people.
Okay, first of all,
that guy is crazy.
No, he's a fucking genius.
Why?
He made an NBA league for kids.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's
balling in it. Yeah. First of all, content. Amazing content. But like, actually think about what it does for these kids. Like, they had a draft. They have thousands of eyes. They got celebrities sitting courtside, they like, bro. Remember when you were a baller? Yeah. Imagine you got to play in essentially the Champions League, and kids. You can watch clips back, and also some of these kids could fucking ball as well.
And the thing is, because you know these celebrities are watching you, you're actually going to be on your best game.
Yeah,
bro, these kids can ball.
Yeah,
like, but it's just like those memories that he's given to those kids, they can never forget.
That's true.
That kid is going to be 15, be like, 5 years ago, I was balling out. 2 Chainz was over there. 2 Chainz kid was playing. Oh, Lil Yachty was there. My favorite streamers over there. I have
pictures with them.
I have pictures. What's called? I got drafted first. In the draft, I got drafted first.
It's cool impact, and it's cool to do, and it's a lot of people. It's a thing that people say, "Oh, if I have money, I'll start my own basketball league." That's what I kind of like about like the streamers. They actually do the things that you think you want to do as a kid, and say, "Oh, if I had money, I would do that."
Yeah, and should I tell you why they can do that? Because that's how they started.
Yeah.
Do you get me? They didn't build their wealth, and then there's like I started this by doing whatever I want.
And it's really just once again, I think that I've been thinking about a lot of purpose and like what you actually want to do and shit like that. Honestly, I just want to have fun with my friends and get paid. That's actually
that would be ideal. But I have some stretch again before I wrap up.
yeah, heels.
So yesterday, I think I saw Simi crushing on someone right in front of me.
Wait.
I think.
Did you think he was attractive?
He's a handsome guy.
He's like,
I kind of been mad.
I hear it.
He's a former teammate of mine. Like, it's just handsome guy.
Oh wait, he's a regular nigga.
Yeah. And the other thing is white. And so she's not even into them like that. Boy, Adam Foley's is a beautiful man. So we saw him and we were walking. I was in the shop. We're looking for socks for Feeks. And I come down the stairs and I see him. Like then
Is he tall?
Let me land. Let me touch this game. I'm talking to him. I'm like greeting him. Simi usually, if she sees me, I'm talking to someone. She either walk away or she just and then I start to say hi. And he
How much feminine voice as well?
What's going on? He was like,
he greeted us, and we finished talking, and we walk out. It's like, oh, who's that? I go outside. I'm like, he's tall as well, isn't he?
you know when you know your wife so well, it's like
I didn't even. She's like, oh, no, you've never. Every time we stop and talk to someone, she doesn't notice anything about them. But I'll show you that handsome guy. I'm not even mad at it because he has a game today in Drogheda. He plays for Drogheda United. That's why he was in Drogheda. But I was like, my reaction to this 5 years ago compared to now, I would feel so insecure about myself. But I'm just like, it's kind of cute seeing you. Like,
you know, it's even cuter because it's a white guy.
But also, you're not going anywhere, bro.
No, you're gonna risk it for Adam. Adam Foley. But I was like, in a moment, I was kind of like just smiling because she was like, she's the one that said hi first. I was like, and then after she was like, she's walking. I was like, yeah, it's good milk, and she was like, yeah. It's like, oh, and he's tall.
I love that, man.
Man, it was funny. But yeah, anything else over you?
Do I got anything to stretch it again? Hey, no, I'm not gonna lie. I've had a good ass week.
Grant, Tommy?
No. Actually, a neck injury.
Oh yeah. Charge that.
Bro. Actually, no, I'm charging, bro. Don't wake me up a fucking cramp, bro.
Boys, I couldn't look left for like 2 days this week.
You have to do the whole rotation to turn back around.
There's nothing worse than having back pain and neck pain, bro. I remember when I was deadlifting and like my whole back. You know, you have to sit straight.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you better like this. That's how you be sitting down. You need to turn your. Bro.
As always, Tommy, thank you for coming.
Honestly, one of my favorite episodes in a long time.
Yeah, same here. I appreciate you coming up. We gotta hit up Boards Ahead out soon as well. We'll be there to promote a few things.
Yeah.
And if you made it to the end of this podcast and you like anything we said today, well, you can charge it.
Bang, bang.
Thank you for listening.